It's Thursday. It's MARKPIRES. And it's real talk. Looking for another way to ease my mind and help my living. It's real talk. It's the daily variety show, MARKPIRES Real Talk. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on day 704 in a row, or 3. Where the heck are we? How many days in a row are we right now? I was on earlier today, so I may have written in the wrong day. Let's just check real quick. I'm curious what I did today. I was on this morning for 704. No, we're here. We're here 704. Guys, when you do 704 days in a row, you're not really sure how many days in a row you go. You just kind of go from the day before. You're like, oh yeah, it was 703 yesterday. How's everyone doing? Jim Williams in the house. Look, it's not a competition. But if it was, Jim Williams would be the greatest Williams ever born. The first Williams was born right off the rock Plymouth. JP knows about it if she's here. And her family member was there with the Williams family. And Jim. It's Jim's great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpappy. Yeah. Anyway, Klosix here. Bradley Smith in the house. Hadley. MJ. Guys, it's so good to see you. We're going to get into it tonight. I wanted to take a quick poll. We're going to say this because I noticed that we have a ton of viewers beyond the show because most people can't join us live. So I'm going to ask everybody right at the beginning of the show today, when would be the opportune time for you to see Real Talk Live? Where you're like, oh, I actually have half hour, an hour, whatever, where I could see it this time, or I live in this part of the world. It would be awesome if Real Talk was live at. So leave a comment below. I live in here. I'm in Australia. The ideal time for me would be, and keep in mind, the ideal time for you, East Coast time. So you write down below, East Coast time, what time would be the perfect time for you. So just figure out where you are and where I am, East Coast time, and write that. If that makes sense, hopefully. Anyway, we're going to get into it tonight. We're going to play some music. Probably going to play a few face swaps. We haven't done much of that lately. We've been doing a lot of the actual character work of, how dare you? Let me ask you a question. So you got a character like, how dare you guy? You're not going to use him? You're going to put him on injured reserve? How dare you? Hold on now, man. This guy comes out and hits like grand slams every friggin' time. You gonna put him on the bench? Hold on now, man. It's a tie game. There's a quarter of a second left. You can't even inbound the ball. You gotta blow it off of the referee's hand so you don't even touch it, right? And the only chance you have is if, how dare you guy, can somehow be there and use his left foot to kick it through the hoop. We need this right here. Woo-hoo! How dare you not like a woo-hoo? Ooh, Trinity. Guys, so excited. So if you see on the title, tonight it's music on the BeatSeat. And then Trinity Redoor Zoom call. That's right, guys. I'm so excited. Trinity's going to come on and chat with us about her journey, about the moon, without a lot of other stuff, you know. I have an extreme interest in the things we were getting into last night with Planet X, with aliens and everything else. So we'll see where the conversation goes. That's what I like to do here. And then beyond that, after we play some songs later, we're going to have another call-in segment. I think it's fun doing that. I really like doing it. So let me quickly go over here and join the fam over at the Real Talk platform. And after we play some music, we'll get down. And I don't know, I'm excited about that. My plan really in life, since I'm going to be here every day forever, is to actually have guests on Zoom on a daily, just even if it's just 5-10 minutes for someone to come on and just be like, hey, you know, here's the report that I had on this thing that I saw, and hey, that's great. Be cool. Like, what's that extra thing that's going on today on Real Talk? Who's going to be on today on Real Talk? That type of thing. Besides me. And how dare you, guy? How dare you think you need someone else? Are you kidding? Sonny, these people think they need someone else besides, how dare you? He's gold. And you have the Trump as well. Look, he's on his way in or out. I don't really know what's going on anymore. I don't watch. Can't. I'll tell you what I saw was the CNN leaked audio of CNN's president. Did you hear this stuff? Oof. I mean, all it does is... It really doesn't do anything, to be honest. Every single person on the planet knows that it's been a hit job from CNN since day one. So, like, just hearing the president show you how much of a hit job it doesn't really do much for me, to be honest. I'm like, oh, wait, so they steer everybody to go after Trump? That's shocking. Uh-oh. Did you hear that in the... I don't think that's coming through the speed. I think my battery's dead here. That's not good. All right, we're going to get lucky enough for maybe one performance here. Then we'll have to go to the jazz guitar. Happy birthday, Mau Mau. Guys, it's baby Mau Mau's birthday here, so let's give him a little happy birthday in the chat. And we're gonna rock a little something out for baby Mau Mau. And guys, if you could do me a favor, I see 14 on. If you could smash that like, I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to see if we can give YouTube the old bagage. All right, look, I'm drinking my espresso. I got a scout, okay? And they're like, oh, yeah, you could post, Fotch, but we're just not going to let anybody freaking know about it. Hey, go live every day forever to a freaking trash can. Good job for you over there. How dare you? How dare you, YouTube, to do that to me? But they did. How dare they? But if you smash that friggin' like, you're going to show ScrewTube what they could do with their shadow ban, because at a certain point you beat the algorithm, right? You know something I noticed? We're already starting to, guys, in a way. We're already starting to beat the algorithm. So when I've been pushing monetize the last few days, like yesterday with Scott threw a couple Fs. He threw an F, he threw an S. It's fine. Like I said, as long as I don't say things, I'm fine. If someone let something out in the moment, that's totally cool. They didn't flag it. It didn't get a yellow. Went right to green. 5 hours and 35-minute broadcast. Usually I get a yellow no matter what. So they're starting to trust my show is clean. Great. First part of being unshadow banned. Next step is if the people who watch the show take their friggin' big thumb and push the like. How friggin' simple is that? Look, you don't like the Fotch? It's all right. You get an elbow in the Fotch next time I see you. It's fine. But do one or the other, all right? You can't come in and then be like, oh, let them shadow ban the show. How dare you? It's baby Mau Mau's birthday. Closic dozy say happy birthday to the Bow Bow. Brittany, how you doing, Brittany? Good to see you again. Guys, you know what? I got to tell you, Anna, good to see you. And JP's kicking it with us. And Dana's kicking it with us. In general, you guys must know this by now, but when I see the family showing up and I see Gregory's in the house, I get very excited because we're going to rock and roll. And there's 13 people out, which means we're going to win big league. Let me see something here. Where is the... No. I don't know what I did there. All right. been searching for a way to get back home. Every time I think I'm going flat out wrong, dream a dream and rest my bones for a while, till the morning comes and to my window, take me up for the day. I've been looking for a way to get back home. Everything I thought I knew seems to prove me wrong. Take me home for a day. Take me home for a day. And the years pass like hours in a day. It won't be long now till I'm old and gray. Think about times we had and the lives we shared, the lives we made, the lives we gave, and the lives we break, the lives we made, and the lives we made, the lives we played. Like hours in a day. It won't be long now, I'm old and gray. Think about the times we had, the lives we gave, the lives we made, the parts we played, the world we laid, the lives we made. Looking for a way to get back home. Everything I thought I knew seems to prove me wrong. Take me home for the day. Take me home. Take me home, take me home for the day. It's a song I started writing maybe 2.5, 3 years ago. I never finished. That's the vibe of it, though. That is the vibe of it. to jam a little sometime, eh? Okay? I don't know. It's okay? Okay. So that's it, just a couple seconds then, man. Reminds me of a deep jazz I sit in on DLive, yeah, at a live bar. Guys, head over to DLive if you haven't yet. Subscribe at Diggy the Bell. Look if you don't ding the bell. Show the BeatSeat. Oh my goodness, yes, thank you. I'm so sorry for not doing that up front. I always expect to, and then I always forget to, and then I needed MJ to tell me to. Thank you, MJ, I forgot. Guys, smash that friggin' like. Oh, I'm gonna send How Dare You guy down. Wow. Alright, let's see what we got. I'm gonna play another tune here. With the jazz guitar. Baby, my mouse is so cold. So brought to you by Manon. Something that sounds good with the jazz guitar, because a lot of these are acoustic, made for the acoustic. Oh, thank you, JP. Ready? I'm gonna rock something else for you, Gregory. Thank you, bud. Ready? This is something that I really love. I wrote this in 2004, and it's called "Till the End." a little bass in the background. Let's get it going. Thank you, Pat W. Gonna rock it out. Gonna kick it on the till the end song. From now 2004, I'm gonna bring it back to 2020 style. Look, it's Casey Kasem. And Casey Kasem. Yeah, that's right, I'm back from the dead. It's Casey Kasem.
cloud that we float upon, it hopefully will never burst, leaving water to trickle down from my eyes. This cloud, this world, this life of mine, hopefully will never end without you by my side. The angels by your side. This world of mine, it intervenes in between, where the angels gather round to speak the truth. So we walk alone, we walk into the night, yeah, we whisper softly in the light. And stay with me, be my best friend, Harmony. Be my love, and take my little life. Hold me in your hands, my love. I'm in your hands. till the end.
I would have kept it going. Max is barking. I'm going to have to take him for a quick walk. Brittany, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I got to thank you so much. So kind. So unbelievable. Pat W. Brittany, unbelievable. You guys are so sweet. Guys, we're here to get down to bad self. I got to play you something because, well, Max got, he got a problem. Look, there's a couple of things that happen in this How Dare You bit from yesterday. I'm going to show you two things. Okay, I'm going to put the bit on because I'm going to go take this guy for a walk. And then we're going to come back, get Trinity on. But also, something else happened, okay? This is something that happened. How dare you? How dare you not pick out the right one? We're going over here. I'm going to play this for you real quick. I'm going to show you we have gear for How Dare You guy. We have a few of you ordered yesterday. You're amazing because this guy rocks. He's probably my favorite character ever. This is yesterday's show. I dropped this right before the show. I'm going to pop this on, and then we will go. I'll put the. I'm going to put the gear info over there. All right, check this out over there. Check this out. Here we go. How dare you pay no respect? Sometimes the second time throw, you know what I'm saying? The second time throw is when we actually get somewhere. Hold on now, man. Let me ask you a question. You come down to the Real Talk program, right? You can't listen to OPP. Yeah, you know me. And pay respect. How dare you? How dare you? Tune in, listen to the freaking song, right? And not pay respect to OPP. He's naughty by nature. They've been in the game since before there was a friggin' game. You understand? It was like Rapper's Delight and then OPP. What the hell did you have in between? Yeah, Boogie Down Productions and Tupac and a lot of other stuff. But look, I'm just telling you, okay? How dare you is what I'm saying. You can't come. I just want to know what's going on in that noggin. Sonny, did you hear this guy? He wants to come. He didn't just sit there. Oh, I'm not going to interact. Oh, I'm not going to use my super big thumb to push the like button. How dare you? How dare you not support the program that you're freaking supporting by watching it? How dare you? Hold on, let me ask you a question. You're down in Florida, right? You're picking oranges from a freaking tree. You got a quota. You can't leave that freaking orchard until you got 72 bushels. You're at 36. You find out I'm in the Bronx. You're not going to work turbo speed? You're not going to pawn the work off on the guy next to you? So you can come to the Bronx and pay respect? I can't think of you. So let me get this straight. You're driving a limo. You're on your way to pick up your next fare. You're literally pulling in the driveway, and you find that I'm in the Bronx. You're telling me you're not going to slam the brakes? Pull a reverse, Dumb and Dumber style? Jim Carrey it to the airport? Get a briefcase that was left behind, travel with it to the Bronx, and pay respect? How dare you? How dare you not do the things you need to do? What the heck was that? Was that a thing? I think I saw something flying in my face. How dare you, thing flying in my face? I'm gonna slam it down, Miyagi style. Hold on now, man. I'm just trying to understand 1 + 1.
With you, it's like it equals 17. I can't figure you. So you're in the Sudan, right? You're on foot. The only way you can make it to the Bronx in time, while my espresso's still warm, Bisco, dipping, is you gotta run. Usain Bolt run speed, right? Full speed to the harbor. Jump on a friggin' raft or something. I don't know. You figure that out. Okay, that's on you. You get to the airport. You take Murali Airport Airlines. 7 stops. It's like a friggin' checkerboard. I'm stopping here. I'm stopping there. You get there, right? Bronx. Pay respect. Am I speaking tongues? How dare you not hear the words? Hold on. One more time. Because I think you're crazy. You don't get this? What? You're on the latest trip. It's Elon Musk sponsored, but also NASA. NASA, back in the game. You just got to the moon. For one grand step, one big step, one small step for humanity, whatever the frig. You're taking that step off the rover onto the moon. You got a voiceover on the loudspeaker. You find out I'm in the Bronx. For one time only in the Bronx. Espresso. A biscuit. Dip in that thing. You're not gonna reverse gear or just hop like this, slow motion hop? Back into the rover? Up to the rocket ship? He's in orbit. For these. You come down in a pod over the Atlantic Ocean. They send a ship for you. They're like, oh, you did such a great job. We're going to bring you back to Cape Canaveral. No. Bring me to the Bronx. What? You heard me. Bring me to the friggin' Bronx. You get to the friggin' Bronx, okay? You never made your actual official touchdown on the moon. You decided. You'll come around the corner. And you see, I just got up. I finished my espresso. My biscuit, there's a couple crumbs on the table. Done. Oh, well, Dick, I came to sit down with you to pay respect. I'm sorry. The time is over. They saw the scenes of the hourglass. So are the days of our lives. I'm sorry. Oh, you were the moonwalker? Go back. Just go back up there. Just jump. Just tell the guy to send the arm down, and you could jump up at the same time. Just time it. Just time it. So when you jump up, the arm can swoop down and grab you and bring you back up to the moon. It's just, look, I saw it in a cartoon once, okay? The Jetsons. Just do it. George Jetson knew what he was talking about, okay? And also at the Cogswell's, I think it was, there's Spacely Sprockets. I can't remember. It's a very long time ago. But bottom line, you got to remember something, okay? You can get back to the moon very easily. Just a hop. Scoop. And you're back at the moon again. No time lost. Look, I gotta go. I finished my rice. This is the problem with you. You think you could just work on your own schedule? You could just show up after my husband? How dare you? How dare you? I can't figure you. I gotta look into the chat real quick, because I can't figure you. It doesn't make any sense. People, what am I supposed to do with this guy, right? Rob Rebel, you tell me. What am I supposed to do with this friggin' guy? You know what I mean? It's like speaking English to a guy who doesn't speak the friggin' language. I'm asking you, because it's just common sense to me. Like I said, you're outside the box, kid. You don't make any sense. They're Bausch and Lomb. They don't get you. They're doing a cover story on normal people. You're not in it. Let me get this straight, okay? You're milking cows, Oklahoma, right? You gotta milk all these cows before the others hurt. And then the milk goes bad, okay? You find out I'm in the Bronx. It's a Tuesday. I got a biscotti. And an espresso. Dip in that. It's just love my espresso. You're not gonna leave a couple of cows there with a, I don't know, kind of a filled up or udder? I don't know what the hell they got going on over there. You're not gonna leave those cows there with extra milk in their udders and just friggin' leave them for the night? Just be like, yo, you're good. Just have somebody else come and do it. So you can come up and pay respect to Vaj. This is what I mean. I got a call the other day. It was a group of scientists. They were like, hey, can we do a study on this guy? I said, yeah, you should. He makes no friggin' sense. I said, listen to this one. I told him about you. I said, listen to this guy, okay? He's got 0 legs. He's got 1 arm, 2 fingers. Unwilling to grapple with the 2 fingers. By the way, it's not the good fingers. He's got a pinky and a ring finger. Everything else is shot. He's not willing to slither, use the arm, buckle on trees and whatnot, the pole. 17 years to get from there to him. And pay respect. How dare you? How dare you? You understand what I'm thinking, right? Like that you're friggin' crazy. I don't get you. I can't understand you. Last one. This is one. You'll never understand this one, okay? You're from, like, Fung Wow, some crazy part of China, okay? You don't even understand that there's something called English. You have no idea. They never told you there's a thing called English. You just think everything's Chinese, right? The only way you could come to the Bronx is if you somehow are enlightened with the knowledge that there's a guy sitting in the Bronx right now with an espresso and with a biscotti, dipping the biscotti that you need to go pay respect to. You can't intuit that information. You can't just all of a sudden bring it down from the universe and say, oh, I gotta go. There's a biscotti being dunked right now. I'm on the next trip. I'm on China One Airlines. Trump opened the border. I'm coming in. I gotta go see Vaj. It's time to pay respect. Of course, you speak broken Chinglish, we call it. It's not even a language. You're speaking mostly Chinese. You're just trying to form it into words that sound like English. Look, I get it. Moo pung pow. Chicken fried rice. I get it. Hold on a minute. So you're a seafarer. You're in the middle of, like, this crazy mission looking for Moby Dick. You're out there for 6 months. You signed a contract that you gotta go and be on this vessel for 6 months while you find Moby Dick, right? It's month 1.5. You just got out there. You're just getting your sea legs. You threw up a few times yesterday. It's like that moment, right? You find out I'm in the Bronx. You can't jump off the ship and swim to the Bronx? You come dripping out of the harbor. You pull yourself out. They're like, holy cow, look at this guy. You got out of the friggin' water. You shake off like a friggin' dog, right? And walk to the Bronx. Pay respect. You're not willing to jump off a friggin' vessel? Go in reverse back into a rover on the moon? Shoot back down to planet Earth? You're not willing to, with one arm and 2 bad fingers, pull yourself? You're not willing to in friggin' Wow, China? Never heard of the English language before? Intuit the English language. Intuit the information that there's a guy named Dick Facci that you must pay respect to. How dare you? How dare you? I can't beg you, yo. I just don't understand it. I don't know. I'm gonna have a freaking heart attack here. So let me get this straight. You won't learn the friggin' English language. You won't drag yourself, slither, like a freaking snake. Moon. One more. You're at the dealership. Your first big sale. Proud of you. You're doing great. You're there. The guy's like, oh, I want to buy that Ferrari. I got the greatest deal in history. I'm selling him a Ferrari. We're having a conversation, right? We're talking terms, right? You're in the middle of talking terms with the guy. He's like, yeah, I'll buy it for X. And you're like, yeah, I'll do that. And he's like, all right, cool. And where do I sign? You get a call. Oh, well, yeah, I'll be right back. Got a phone call in the back. It might be my mom. You go in the back. You pick up the friggin' phone and you find out I'm in the Bronx. You're not gonna drop that whale of a sale mid-signature? Tell the guy, look, I'll be back in 2 days. Just hold the friggin' pen. Take the paper home. I'll be right back. You don't need the car today. You can get it in 2 days. Okay? I gotta go. Facci's in the Bronx. You can't do that? You can't tell the whale of your lifetime, the biggest sale in history? It's your first sale, and will be the biggest of your entire life. You can't tell that friggin' guy, hey, hold off a little bit. Let me give you a ring when I get back from the Bronx. Oh, how about one better? You can't say to the friggin' guy right then, hey, how about this? Let's take a friggin' test drive to the Bronx. That's right. Let's go to the friggin' Bronx. When he questions why you want to drive 2,000 miles, you say, don't worry about it. Just jump in the friggin' car. Let's go. We're going to go to the Bronx. You go see Fudge. Pay respect. No! Sonny, what? I know. I can't figure them out. I quit. I'm done. I'm giving up my psychology degree. I don't get you. I've never seen you in the book. They talk about all kinds of cases in the book. There's never been one like you. Never. I can't wait until the friggin' novel comes out about you. They're gonna be like, oh, let's do the story of this guy. Yeah, that's right. I can't wait. Uggawa. That's you right there.
Holy cow, guys, I'm out of my freaking mind. Yes, you are. I'll tell you what, though, I
Holy
needed
cow.
that after this crazy day. You know what? So that was all on the day my grandpa passed away, and I think I let out a lot that, how dare you? That moon, the moon was ridiculous.
You're just about to, hold on now, man. So you're astronaut, right? About to embark on a mission for a lifetime. You're gonna sit one day at the fire with your grandkids. Oh, Grandpop was there and I put my foot down on the friggin' moon, right? And so you're just about, though. You're coming down the stairs. Almost you feel like you're 7 going into a pool. You're about to dip your toes. And over the loudspeaker you hear, I'm in the Bronx. You can't reverse course? I'll come back later. Fache's in the Bronx. I gotta go pay respect. You go backwards. You do a Jim Carrey. Fache's in the Bronx. I gotta go back. You go back to the friggin' Bronx. You take the portal. They drop you down, parachute into the friggin' ocean. They send you a seafarer. Some guy shows up. He's got a cigar, and he's wearing a wife beater. Smells like a terrible, terrible place you don't want to go back to. He said, bring me to the friggin' Bronx. I gotta go see Dick Foch.
Pay respects. My favorite part was when I cracked up during it when I was doing like a week or so ago. Jeff, can I first of all say, Jeff, giving you a hug, brother. Jeff P, I love you, bud. So Jeff wanted me to do Miguel Obama. And I'm going to do something pretty funny with Miguel Obama now that you asked me to do something. If you, that's a pretty interesting idea. I usually try to do the actual voice, but the question would be is, what is the actual voice for Miguel? And that could be a very interesting task, is to see what I could come up with and say, this is what I think she really sounds like. So I'm going to work on that. When I was in college, I played Romeo for a year. And after that, there was a guy who wrote a play called The Jimmy Stewart Kind of World. And it was a really great play. I didn't get to play the Jimmy Stewart character, which I would have loved to play. Look, I would have loved to play Jimmy Stewart, but I wasn't sure. I probably would have worked on him for a little while, see? But didn't really do that. But I did a character he created. He wrote the character. He goes, look, I was thinking about you when I wrote this character. I wanted you to do like a Scarface, because they knew I did Scarface. He's like, I want you to do like a Scarface type of character. He's a professional basketball player. So instead what I did is I took Scarface and Chris Tucker and I mixed them together. The guy's name was Byron DeCash. I wore this suit with like gold chains and it was so crazy. And my wife like went into labor during the play and her water breaks. It's really funny. I did this. I was like all physical, a lot of physical comedy. But it was a lot of fun to create a voice is my point. Like I like to do that. I usually am looking at someone, hearing them, and then I do their voiceover. So I like the idea of creating something for this, Jeff. I think that's a great idea. Any deep voice would be funny. I think you're right. But the funnier thing is what I could come up with in the moment. The content is always what's funniest. So I want to play something for Jeff because I so appreciate the support, buddy. That is the nicest thing. I love support from you guys because I'm not here for that. But when you do it, it really helps. And I am here every day for the rest of my life. So we've been here for 704 days in a row. We do 2+ hours every day. We're only at 55 minutes. So strap in. We're going to be here for at least another 2 hours. So this I want to play for Jeff, just so I can show my appreciation. But please remind me to play. Like someone said in here, how many voices can I do? There are 3 episodes I want to play you guys after this. Episode 500, 600, and 700. where I do like a lot of voices. I think it's just cool to see. I just did the most recent one, which was Donald Trump episode 35, which is the 700th day in a row of the show. And I did like 15 voices, I think. I didn't even count how many voices, so it'd be cool for us to count tonight how many there are. Let me ask, because this is up to Jeff. Jeff, do you want to see one where I do a ton of voices, or do you want to see the Michelle Obama one right now? You're going to see it regardless. How much time do you have? I kind of want to show you guys the one where I do a lot of voices first. And if I do, I'd like to show the most recent one just to see how good it is, because I don't remember. And then we'll go backwards and we'll get to the Miguel Obama one, which is really just like a funny finish off because Joe Biden's expressions are priceless. Oh, so let's see what Jeff comes back with on that. I will play either or. Fire Marshal Bill. Oh my goodness. You know what? I wish that Jim Carrey still did some of those cool voices, you know? It kind of, you know. Yeah, Al Bundy. Yeah, somebody the other day asked me about Al Bundy. Yeah, he's, hey, Peg, what do you got in the fridge, Peg? I own a shoe store, Peg. Oh, gosh, I used to love that show when I was a kid. What am I doing over here? What am I doing over here? All right, Jeff hasn't said back, so what I'm going to do is... Let's see how long 35 is anyway. Oh, okay, hold on. Do the other voice first. Okay, cool. So check this out. This is what I was hoping you'd say, buddy. This is episode 35, guys. I'm really kind of excited about this one because it's the most recent Uber face swap. We've got 3 or 4 Ubers. This, well, the Dr. Evil is definitely an Uber. So here we go. Episode 35 of the Donald J. Trump Show. And Jeff, thank you again for that donation. Super kind of you. And I hope you enjoy this. But it's not over because you still have to see Miguel Obama, episode 20. Can't believe I've done 35 of these. Enjoy.
It's Hammerlin Jameson live from the studio for episode 35 of the Donald J. Trump Show. Day 700 in a row of the MARKPIRES Real Talk Show.
Mark, it's Donald J. Trump, your president. At least for another month or so. Look, we're still fighting this thing in the courts. I think we're going to win big league, really. But look, hopefully we don't have to transfer power to a sleep sofa, because I don't want any more furniture in this Oval Office. Look, they had to give me the small desk for today because the room, it's small. You can't fit another sleep sofa in here. It's impossible. I think you have to understand that I'm winning big league always. I'm going to win big league and will beat the pooper. But 700 days in a row, Mark, I'm proud of you. I can't believe it. What started on December 31st, 2018, has progressed into a variety program. Yeah, I've been with Donald J. Trump on the program all the time, Christopher Walken, live music. It's a fantastic family program. Look, Mark, we have some celebrities that wanted to say a few things to you. Melania, could you push the VCR?
This one? The blue button?
No, the red button.
This one?
Yep, yeah, that's what. Yep, okay. All right, Mark, here we go. Number 2, 700 days and counting of real talk. I thought you were going to stop it.
I'm sorry, Dr. Evil.
Well, we need to come up with some sort of plan. Can we just send the sharks with freaking laser beams?
Absolutely, Dr. Evil.
Are you kidding me? Dr. Evil? I'm on my way out. He's still freaking scheming. He's a terrible human being. Anyway, what else we got?
Mark, what's up? It's Grant Cardone. Just want to say congratulations. 700 days. Quite a deal. Just 10x it. I want to see you when you get to 7,000. Guys, this is unbelievable. You ever seen a streak like this before? Look, I've been doing this a long time. I've never seen anybody like this before. Keep it up, Mark. 700. Proud of you. 10x.
Grant Cardone. Look, you can't go wrong when you're 10xing everything in your life. Anyway, Mark, the next call is one of the worst human beings on the planet right now. You call him Zuckerchooch. Let's get to it.
Hi, Mark. It's Mark Zuckerchooch. Just wanted to say happy congratulations, 700 days. I'm going to continue to block you, though. We don't like you at Facebook. That's why you call me Zuckerchooch. If you stop calling me Zuckerchooch, I'll stop shadow banning you. It's up to you. Why don't you just quit? $6.99's a lot.
I know, Bark. Every time I see him, he just pisses me off. That Zuckerchooch. Some people call him Zucker Dick. Yeah, no, he's really the worst. Anyway, check out who we got next. Totally cool dude. What's up, guys? Gary V. Look, crushing it. I'm here. I just want to tell you 700 days. I've been keeping track of the background. And this show is real deal. If you're not out there watching the Real Talk show, you're not crushing it. Good job, Mark. Keep it up. Gary V. He's back with another what? Can you believe it? He loves the Real Talk program.
Mark, 700 days is something I told you long ago. You gotta put your head down. Just drive towards the sun. Sometimes they send a CME at you. You gotta dodge it. The next day, do again and again. Mark, till you cannot anymore. 10,000 days. It's the future. I can see it. Anyway, good job, Mark. Keep it up.
Christopher Walken is the greatest actor, right, Mark? I love his messages every time he joins the Real Talk program. It's just gold. And you know how much I love gold. It's my favorite thing. It goes Melania Barrett, and then gold is number one on the list. Anyway, what else we got?
I'm Chuck Schumer. I want to say congratulations to Joe Biden, the new president of the United States. So excited. Oh, and congratulations to you too, Mark. 700 days is pretty good, I guess.
Schumer? Are you kidding? Can we erase that one and just take it out of the messages? I don't think Mark wants to hear from Shookity Schumer. I'm just saying. What else we got?
I just want to say congratulations to MARKPIRES. 700 days in a row. It's quite an accomplishment. And at Moderna, we spent 700 days trying to figure out how to kill people without them knowing. And it's strange, my fascination with global depopulation.
This guy's a freaking ghoul, huh? I mean, are you serious? Okay, yeah, Bill Gates, why don't you pretend you're a doctor? Let's save the world with a vaccine that's gonna put nanobots in there. Yeah, we'll track every single movement, we'll turn them into currency. What else you got planned over there, huh? Let's take over the world. I'm sorry, that's Dr. Evil's move. Though I've seen you before, Bill Gates. I've seen you trying to get in the pants of Dr. Evil.
I'm Chris Wallace with Fox News. I'm here to say congratulations to MARKPIRES Real Talk. 700 days in a row. Quite an accomplishment. I've never done anything 700 days in a row except try to derail the presidency of Donald Julius John Trump.
Derail is the right word for Chris Wallace. Did you hear the questions he asked me during the debate? He asked Sleep Sofa, like, what kind of sandwiches he prefers on Wednesdays. Terrible interviewer. Anyway, what else we got?
Well, hi, Mark. This is President-elect Sleep Sofa Joe Biden. Bumbling Biden, you call me sometimes, napping on my Joey futon, I know. Look, I just wanted to say congratulations. 700 days in a row. That's phenomenal. I don't know if I've ever done anything like that. I know I've napped 700 days in a row, but as far as anything else, I'm not sure Sleep Sofa Joe has the fortitude to stick with it. But hey, I'm going to be the president of the United States of America. Just stand aside Donald Trump and get ready for Joe Trump. That's right.
And just like that, my successor, bumbling Biden, sleeps over Joe, Dapperoo. Yeah, no, seriously, I'm sure Mark really appreciates getting a message from Sleepy Poopy Pants, President-elect bumbling Biden. Anyway, you're a dapper, you're not the president. I will never concede. You dapped the entire year, in your basement the entire year like a friggin' groundhog. Anyway, what else we got?
Hi, Mark, it's Bezos. I can't believe it's 700 days in a row. Like, I feel like we should all be dancing for you. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to say congratulations. Keep up the hard work. You can't become Bezos unless you put the time in.
Oh, it's the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos. Paying his respects to the Real Talk program. I gotta say, that's actually pretty cool, because he's like the most powerful man on the planet, right? Next to Trumper. Anyway, what else we got? I just want to wish Mark a congratulations. 700 is like a triangle. Starts at 1 and 700. It's like massive. And that's quite a thing he did. 700 days. You got to keep going. If you want to try to beat COVID, you got to go to at least like 1,000 before COVID's under control. It's going to expand, going to be out of control for a while. But keep it up, Mark. You're doing great. We can save the people and send them to the nursing homes.
You had to have Quob over? You guys wanted Quob over in the Bix? What the hell? Nobody really likes Quob over. They gave him an Emmy out of pity because he killed so many people. They're like, oh, well, the coverage was decent. The death rate was the worst in history, but let's give him an Emmy. Sounds about right for the Democrat governor from New York.
My name is Bernie Sanders. Just wanted to say congratulations. 700 days. Go to the YouTubes.
You know, I have gone to the YouTubes before, Bernie. I have. Yeah, thanks so much for that tip. Yeah, how you doing over there? You're going to run the finances for the American people? Really? First trip out of the USA for Donald J. Trump. But Mark, you're going to have to stick around. You've got the young family, the Real Talk show. Congratulations, Mark. 700 days in a row. Melania and I are very proud of you. Of course, that doesn't mean you can use the gold toilet when you come visit me. Still off limits. Anyway, I'll see you next time for the next Donald Trump show. Have a good night.
Oh, guys, all right. Yeah, it's cold out. Max is being a monkey. I'm going to probably have to bring him again in a minute. This is the thing I don't understand about dogs, okay? It's like 15 degrees out, maybe 25. I don't know, maybe 30. I don't know how to gauge temperature. I'm not a human thermometer. But I'll tell you what, it's cold. I don't have fur. How dare you not go right to the bathroom? Do you like that, JP? I really appreciate that. Now I have to play something very quickly before we roll into the Jeff clip I need to put out there. Let's do this very quickly. It's only a minute, I think. And then, guys, after this, Trinity and I are going to have a Zoom chat. But check this out. I just think this is so silly. Let's see. This guy kills me right here. Tell me, I think the best part is the music. I think. You tell me.
I wanted to call this press conference and thank you for your nomination for an Emmy for daytime drama. Look, I'm only here to give it to you straight. I'm trying to tell you, nursing homes didn't work. Look, Donald Trump, he tried to kind of beat me. You can't beat Cuomo over. You can't beat me, okay? He calls me Cuomo over. You think I'm gonna take that? Look, they got the daytime Emmy to me because I did things right here. Killed a lot of people. I put them in nursing homes, see? And Donald, he sent us a ship. I decided not to put anybody in there just to give him the old Italian F you. So he sent the ship. I didn't even do anything with the ship. I let it freaking sink. And look, now Trump's gonna lose. It's going down. Yeah, he should have learned to play ball. He doesn't know how to play ball. What do you want to do? Nobody taught him how to play ball when he was a kid. So I humbly accept this Emmy. I'm happy to put it on my mantle. And we can, look forward to 5 more years of COVID. Look, I told my brother, COVID, I said, it's gonna be around for a while. Chris, just get it early, okay? And then you can get over it, like your Cuomo over. I told him, I said, just get it before it escalates, you know, like me. I'm thinking about getting it. Anyway, thank you for the Emmy.
I'm caught out. So I have this idea. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off, but depending on this next bit I'm going to play for you, which is the Miguel Obama bit, I got something I've been trying to do here, okay? I'm not going to tell you yet. Let's just do this. I'm going to play it for you. Episode 20, this is coming for Jeff, of the Donald J. Trump Show. This is called Miguel Obama. That's right, Miguel. Let's see what it is.
It's Hammerl and Jameson live from the studio. We head to Donald Trump for episode 20 of the Donald Trump Show. Kamala Kamali.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a second. This is the wrong one.
Thank you.
This is the wrong one. Let me get to the right one. It's 21 that we're looking for. There we go. Really? Ish. Here we go.
It's Hammerl and Jameson live with episode 21 of the Donald Trump Show. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump.
Thank you for joining me on episode 21 of the Donald Trump Show. Tonight we're going to talk about Sleeps Over Joe, but we're also talking about Michelle Obama. Not sure if you saw her speech, so we're going to go over a little bit of it. But also, I found an oldie but a goodie. We're going to get into it. Let's see what we got.
Welcome to Kingswood Community Center.
Is Sleeps Over trying to do his best Clint Eastwood or what? He's looking like all into the distance like, make my day, dirtbag.
Actually, that's the one down I used to work. As a joke. You didn't know where we were anyway.
The truth comes out. Bumbling Biden. Did you hear him? He said every time he gaffes, he says, that's a joke. We know you're a joke, Sleeps Over Joe. But you really have no idea where you are, do you? Where are you? What state are you in right now?
And here at home, as George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and a never-ending list of innocent people of color continue to be murdered.
Miguel, I agree with you. Any innocent people should not be getting murdered by cops. But let's be honest, George Floyd, he's a 5-time criminal on his way to being 6th. And unfortunately, that bad cop, yeah, he was maybe racist, I don't know, but he's a bad cop. Terrible cop. He should be in jail forever. And he murdered him. So, but no, that was horrible. But anybody who's murdered, but don't say countless. I think it was 13 last year. What's countless is all of the little boys, girls, adults, all of the people that are dying constantly that are not part of the Black Lives Matter movement.
Stating the simple fact that a Black Life Matters is still met with derision from the nation's highest office.
Look, I love Black lives, Michelle.
What we get instead is chaos, division, and a total and utter lack of empathy.
You see this? It's like I should write down what she's saying, and then you could write Antifa on top, and you'd say, that's what's going on right now.
They see an entitlement that says only certain people belong here.
What is she talking about, Bushwood Country Club?
That greed is good and winning is everything, because as long as you come out on top.
Says the former First Lady of the United States, living in a $12.5 million house in Martha's Vineyard.
It doesn't matter what happens to everyone else.
Why did you and your husband, because you want to all of a sudden take credit for him, why did you cut off funding to the historic black colleges and universities? I refunded them, by the way. You ever heard of the Terraform Act, Michelle? Well, your husband didn't. I released 4,400 criminals who really were, it was like minor offenses, and 97% of them were black. Why didn't you do that, huh, Miguel?
They see our leaders labeling fellow citizens enemies of the state.
You know, I'm looking into the Snowden case because you declared him an enemy of the state for just telling the people what you were doing behind their backs. It just goes to show that you didn't just spy on the Trump campaign, you spied on every single human being in the United States of America. Good job. Very good for me. You're going down. So all I gotta say, hashtag Obamagate. Hashtag Shadowgate, really.
While emboldening torch-bearing white supremacists.
You know, this would have been the perfect time for her to bring up the wild people in the streets. They're burning buildings, they're beating people up in the streets, they're murdering each other, the criminals in all the democratic cities. And she doesn't bring it up. She talks about white supremacists. Where the hell is that going on? We're talking about rioting in the streets. It's all of your people, Betuele.
They watch in horror as children are torn from their families and thrown into cages.
Are you kidding me? We're talking about the cages that your husband built. Look at this, right on national television. She's lying to the people. Your husband is the one who built the cages and used them first. I don't even know how much we use them, but I know your husband built them.
And pepper spray and rubber bullets are used on peaceful protesters for a photo op.
Why would I not take a photo op with a Bible in my hand? It's a total baller move. Look, they shouldn't have been throwing glass bottles and water bottles that are frozen at the police officers. So they got what they deserved.
Sadly, this is the America that is on display for the next generation.
Unfortunately, what's on display for the next generation is a psyop that your husband created, and you guys continue to foster fake news. Yes, that's right. You guys created it for Trump, and I'm just destroying it against you because you all of you are fake news.
I want to start by thanking Harvey Weinstein for organizing this amazing day. Harvey.
What?
This is possible because of Harvey. He is a wonderful human being, a good friend, and just a powerhouse.
Are you kidding me? Harvey Weinstein? Oh my goodness. But well, you are one heck of a judge of character, I have to say. Big league.
And the fact that he and his team took the time to make this happen for all of you should say something not about me or about this place, but about you.
Actually, it says a lot about you, Madrell. But look, let's see, do we have anything else, or is that it?
By the way, we're going to have, if I get elected president, free college education for 4 years of college, flat out.
Are you kidding me? And we're talking about Sleeps Over Joe, or is that Bernie Sanders? Free college? How are we going to do? Let's just write checks for everybody and give them college for free. This is hilarious. Look, I got to tell you, we got to get these people out of here. Look, I'll see you guys on the next episode of The Donald Trump Show.
Oh, my people, my people, my people. So I'm kind of working on something for Jeff. So Jeff, I started, if you're still here, let me know if you're still here, Jeff. So I'm an animal. I don't know. Let me just play one more thing for you. Okay. Give me one more second. Happy birthday to my brother, Baba Mao. Baby Mao Mao, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Don't be upset, baby, bow, bow, 'cause you flow, flow. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. You have to be happy. You can't be upset. What are you upset about? Comedy? You can't be laughing and then upset. Be happy. You know, Sig Sauer's right. He said, don't worry, be happy. Shibbity-dibbity-dibbity-doo-doo-doo. Ooh, 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 ooh. You guys can believe that, right, though? It's crazy, the stuff that goes on that they don't tell you about. So what I'm going to do here in order for me to get this thing finalized, I just gave away what I'm doing. Is I'm going to play you one more bit. This one makes every single person laugh. Check this out, episode 11 of the Donald J. Julius Jonathan Trump show, winning big league, really. Hi, Denise. Check this out, DPFX, how are you? Good to see you. I was mad because I got taken out of the video. We never take you out of the video, buddy. You're always part of the video. Here we go, guys. Ready? Episode 11 of the Donald J. Julius, I call him Trump.
Harold and Jameson live from the studio. Donald J. Trump joins us to talk about President G.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me on the next episode of the Donald Trump Show. I believe this is episode 11. Unbelievable. I think this episode has to be about President G-Hole. Look, I got a problem with the G-Hole. He's out there delivering Fluhan all over the world. Everybody's blaming Trump, but the only person to blame is President G-Hole. But no matter what I say, they don't believe me. It's a weird world we're living in right now. It's either Trump or not Trump. Nobody's talking about the issues. What does Trump think about abortion? What does Biden think about? Well, let's be honest, Biden doesn't think about anything. But if he was to think about something, what would it be? Maybe, did I put underwear on this morning? Did I change my pants? Did I poop my pants? I don't know. These are maybe questions that Sleep Sofa Joe asks himself. But look, let's see if we have any clips for today. Do we have anything? Here we go.
世界卫生组织总干事先生
You guys couldn't get the subtitled version? I mean, what the hell? Where's my translator? God almighty. Alright, I guess I'm going to have to respond and pretend I know what the hell he's talking about. Let's get back to it.
各位代表
Good day to you too, Giol.
首先
Yeah, Shawshank Redemption was a good movie, but what does that have to do with anything?
我认为
No, that's close. It's Dufresne. Andy Dufresne. I think he's trying to say the character's name from Shawshank.
在人类抗击新冠肺炎疫情的关键时刻
I'm not really sure who Kwame Shakur is. It may be Tupac's son.
突发事件
Oh, it is. Well, I have one question for you, G-Hole. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell the world what was going on? We could have done something about it. You know we call you a G-Hole, right?
举行这次世卫大会
Look, you brought it upon yourself. I can't control your actions, G. We only come up with nicknames for people based on their actions, and you've been a G-Hole, I'm sorry.
具有
You should be, Gio.
十分重要的意义
All right, look, I can't do this anymore. I can't understand him.
人类正在经历第二次世界大战结束以来
I'm not sure I appreciate your tone.
全球
What did you say to me?
新冠肺炎疫情突如其来
Okay, look, I need a translator. I can't freaking do this without a translator. I just can't. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He keeps saying things. It sounds like he's insulting the drummer.
最严重的
See? That's exactly what he's doing. He just said it, Ziyunda.
公共卫生
He said invasion. They invaded us with coronavirus.
现在已经波及
I'll tell you what, G-Hole, if you ever speak to me like that again, I'm gonna trump you right in the face. Anyway, look, that's about enough for today's episode of the Donald Trump Show. Remember that President G is now President G-Hole. Sleep Sofa Joe is probably taking a nap right now. And I'll see you tomorrow on the next Donald Trump Show. Have a good night.
So, guys, we're going to take a call and do a Zoom call in a second here. Got to do something here. So in a moment, we're going to have a Zoom call with Trinity. I've been playing you guys a few clips. I'm just trying to stall. okay? Because Jeff P. was kind enough to shoot a donation over, and he asked for something that I thought was pretty funny, which was, I think the concept behind this was Miguel. Big Miguel, but that with her voice that she pretends to have when she's live with the world, but with some other voice. So, oh, we're good. Hold on a second. Oh, no, this is in the wrong spot. Hold on, I gotta upload this. Give me 1 second. I was gonna go into this computer. There we go. That's the computer asking me, can I allow this thing to connect? Yeah, you can, because we're about to upload something I just created for Jeff in real time. That's what we do on the Real Talk Show, okay? I'm not sure if Jeff is still with us right now, but he asked for it. And instead of waiting for like another day in the future, I just did it. Let's see what this is, though, because I have no idea. I'm just an idiot, really. I was just doing silly things, because that's me. Are you guys ready for something away? All right, so let's put this, I'm going to put this in the face swaps page here. Okay. You guys ready? Here we go. Jeff, are you there? Let's see if Jeff is still with us here. If not, someone tag Jeff on this. I got to probably add some background music to this just to really finalize the feeling here, you know. Well, let's see what you guys think here. Check this out. This is Jeff's request in a weird way.
My fellow Americans, I think it's important you understand you have a new president coming in. If you're not ready to embrace Joe Biden, we're going to have a big problem. All right? I'm going to have Barry come after you. We have the Secret Service, and they don't play around. No, they're gonna come sick the dogs. I got a dog sicker. That's right, it's Hillary. And she's going to take you down. Hell, let's be honest. I'm going to take you down.
Miguel. She's going to take you down. Okay, who can get in touch with Jeff? Yeah, paging Jeff. This is what you guys do to me. You're like, hey, try this. I'm like, all right. Now, what makes that funny is it's like 13 seconds. Oh, my goodness, guys. We have to... that should go viral, but I didn't want to put MARKPIRES Real Talk. You see, I didn't put my own logo there. That goes viral some other way, and it's not me. But, oh man, Jeff must have had to take off, but maybe Wages knows how to get in touch with Jeff. If not, we'll, let me see if I can get Wages on too, if Wages is still around. Is Wages on still? Oh. I'm sending this to Wages to see if he gets over here, because if he pops in, maybe he knows how to get in touch with Jeff. I think they have each other's contact. Maybe he could shoot a text over to Jeff. Oh, my goodness. Jim said he knew I was going to do that. Well, we did that once before, too, with the Joe Biden. I was like, you know what, let's do a live face swap. And that was where we went as to kind of mess around with it. I kind of wanted to do more, you know, like, but I was in the moment. Oh, my goodness, they're dropping my frames. Look at this. That's because we just did Miguel. Miguel. Look, it's Miguelio. Let's see if I see Wages pop on or Jeff. We'll play it again. It's very short, so we should play it a few more times tonight because it's probably going to get the show in trouble for the day. JP's in the best yet. I did that. Well, the funny thing is everything in the show is improv, so that even that I had to fly through and just make something. Play it again. Axe wants to see it again. All right, here we go. Ready? This is going to be, I guess, played maybe a few times because it's so short. Here we go.
My fellow Americans, I think it's important you understand you have a new president coming in. If you're not ready to embrace Joe Biden, we're going to have a big problem. All right? I'm going to have Barry come after you. We have the Secret Service, and they don't play around. No, they're gonna come sick the dogs. I got a dog sicker. That's right, it's Hillary. And she's gonna take you down. Hell, let's be honest. I'm gonna take you down.
I'll throw that up on TikTok, Act, but it's probably gonna get blocked or taken down. Heck, I'll do it right now. Ready? We'll toss this up on TikTok. Act, go over and like this. You know what the funny thing is, guys? I'll put some funny stuff on TikTok. I don't get anybody to look at it. It's weird. I feel like there's a weird thing. I don't know if just maybe the content's not good. I don't know. My fellow Americans. What should I title this? Tell me what's the best way to get the most people to view this? What should I title this? Michael Obama warns America. America. Let me shut this off. We don't need you anymore. We got the... Michael Obama warns America about Biden. How about that? And then what do I do for hashtags over there? Trump 2020. Hashtag election fraud. Let's see if that's one. I'm just trying to come up with names that I think would get people to look at this and laugh. Well, they don't really have anything for that? That's interesting. I'll just put election 2020. Let's see. Anybody have any ideas of what I should put down? That should go viral without your name. Yeah. The thing is, it's funny stuff. It's funny stuff. I just don't want it to affect my real estate business. Like I said, it's funny. I said this the other day to someone. I was like, look, if I was self-sufficient and I was making like a living here, I would do what I'm doing and like put my name all over everything. I'd be like, whatever, this is it, But I do have to be very careful because people are really sensitive and I need to sell real estate. So how I have to make a living in order to survive this craziness we're living through. So for the moment, even though I'm putting this on my page on TikTok, but TikTok is whatever. Oh, you know what? Trinity, let me go over to the Zoom page. If it's there, let me see if you're there. If you go to Zoom, Trinity, and type in that code I gave you, I have the live chat open. So as soon as you get in here, it will tell me you're here and I'll bring you right into the chat. Trinity's going to be calling in any second. I sent you that code. See if you can, I think you need the Zoom app. It's the easiest way to do it is just download the Zoom app, put that code in, password, and it will bring you live on the air. I'm going to post this right now. Election 2020. Let's put a few other things here. Let's see. How about For You page? And then we'll put Michelle Obama. I don't know. This may get people who like Michelle Obama to be like, me. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to, but... Oh, there we go. Michelle Obama is a man. That is an actual hashtag on TikTok. Let's see. Let's see what else they have for Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama is a dude is another one. Okay, so we got Michelle. Let's see if there's any others. Michelle Obama is a myth, is a guy. Okay, so there we go. And that was 963. I think that's enough. And let's just put this in there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look, I'm probably going to make a character out of this. Look, it's Michelle. You better be paying attention to Joe Biden. He fell asleep again. That's right. Hold on a second. I think we have to do that. All right, I'm popping this on Axe. I need you to go over and like it. Guys, do me a favor. If you haven't yet, go to TikTok and just type in MARKPIRES Real Talk. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay? Okay. So that's what we just created. Let me see if Trinity's on with us yet. I'm heading over. Oh, guys, one more thing. While we're going to get Trinity on, remember, this is right here is one of the best things in the world right now, which is How Dare You Guy, the gear. There's a mask, everything. And another thing, just so you know, is I made probably the coolest thing ever, which is Hammerlin Jameson gear. And holy cow, it's just cool. I'm really excited about the hammer gear. Let me see if I can find it. Where did I put the hammer gear? /Hammerlin. Hammerlin, here we go. Guys, this is probably one of the funniest things ever because it's C Dick. You know that whole thing, C Dick run, C Dick play, C Dick. Here, I'm going to show you real quick. This is the link, and then this is what it is, and then we should hopefully have Trinity here any second. Check this out. All right, I'm really excited about these shirts. All right. So look at this animal crazy person that I am. All right, when you watch this, I just have to interact with it. Okay. So why isn't it working? There we go. We have socks. Why isn't it giving me the full screen? Oh, I know why. I know why, guys. Hold on. Give me a moment over there. What are you doing? What are you doing over there? I can't figure it out now. All right, there we go. Let's get this to be right. Get this to the correct size. I think originally it was like this. What I have to do is I made it smaller. Let me just do this quick. 1920 wide. Okay, there we go. So now you can see it. Check out what this looks like up close. Can you see that? No, you can't. But now you can, right? No? I don't know. Can you? Oh, there we go. All right. So check out, this is the front of the Hammerlin shirt. Hammerlin Jameson ripping the lid off the fake news. And then if you look at the second picture, he's ripping the lid off while feeling fabulous on Jameson. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3 is Hammer Time falls off the rails, crashes, and burns. That's terrible, right? Oh, but that's not it, guys. It gets better. The back. Old Hammer Jam, Hammerlin Jameson, when Hammer realized he should have stopped at 5 bottles. And then right below, Hammerlin Jameson falls asleep on camera mid-broadcast. Ooh, not good. But the best is the very top. See Hammer, don't be Hammer. Oh, so guys, you can pick up those shirts, and you can pick up what else they've got. I made a lot of cool stuff for Hammer, like the socks. Which, how cool are those right there? What? I mean, like socks? Yeah, look at that fabulous hammer on the bottom there. Whole hammer jammer. And if you wanted to, if you ever needed it, like a mask, look at old Hammer Jam on the mask over there. Hey, ripping the lid off the fake news. You can walk around and say, look, I'm ripping the lid. Look at that guy at the bottom. Is this... Hammer's ripped, he falls off the rails, crashes, and burns. Oh my goodness, guys. So I'm very excited about the gear for Hammer Jammer. I just think it's cool stuff. Ripping it off. Holy cow. So we've got that in How Dare You Guy, which is How Dare You Guys, hilarious in its own right. Let's see, do we have Trinity live with us? Oh, Trinity's here. Okay, guys, let me do this. I put a really funny thing on here. Let's see. Trinity, are you there? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Zoom in it. I'm trying to make you bigger on Zoom. There we go. All right. You are connecting the audio. I got you. Let me see.
Hey, good. Oh, there we go.
Hold on. Let me see.
Am I sideways or am I?
Let's just. I just sent you a. There we go. Now you're sideways. Can you, let's see if you could, or if I could flip you. Let's see if I could turn you. I don't know if
I can turn it the other way if you want me to.
Can you turn like a 45 or whatever? Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I just had it so that if my phone died, I was having it so that I could, let me just get that for you. Hold on here.
Oh, there you go. That'll work.
If I can get it to stay.
Hold on, let's see if I can.
Let me see if I can get it to stay. Hold on.
Let's see, I'm going to do this so it gets a little bigger.
Oh, hold on, I got to just get creative here. Hold on. Hey, by the way, hello.
Hey, Trinity, how are you?
I'm okay.
It's so good to see you.
Oh, there you are. Are we on? Oh, we're on. Hello, everybody.
We are on the air right now with Trinity, guys. Say hello to Trinity, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
It's so cool to have you on the air with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Let me just get my camera set up so it stays.
So tell us, where are you for currently living?
I am in Nebraska. And Nebraska's pretty big, so I don't feel too afraid to give that much information.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know people are afraid to say exacts. I mean, even me, I was putting my town, and like even my wife was like, well, just put like the state you're in. I was like, I guess. But realistically, what I was curious about is because you have a lot of content that it relates to the moon. And I did think you were probably in a part of the country where you could really get a nice view of the sky. I'm in the East Coast and I don't have, I mean, most of it's blanketed by New York City light. So it's a nice thing to speak to someone who gets to see the sky the way it really looks.
Well, I really love sunrises and sunsets, so I need to do that more often. It's just been, as you know, you have been my little cheerer upper since
I'm
on
so
my
glad.
crazy health battle that really took me by surprise because, whoops, sorry, I lost my light there. I'm a scuba diver and I used to teach fitness, and I can't eat a lot of things that most people would love to eat. And I didn't find that out till, oh gosh, not too long ago. But other than that, I've always had trouble with food. So I feel like I'm almost like Aaron Brockovich. I feel like I need to be like going around testing water, because I did find out that breast cancer, when they have a lot of the drilling or the fracking, they are finding certain chemicals that are attributing to that as well.
Interesting. So
to change the subject from the moon, I absolutely love the moon because my mother, my father, just always, that's just something. I went to the lake every weekend with them, and we just enjoyed so much. I grew up, my dad was a candy man, and grandfather founded the business, and just, good old little hometown girl, kind of city girl. And I have quite a story. I've never gotten too personal about anything. So,
well, this is real talk. This is the place to do it.
Yes, it is. Is the lighting okay, everyone? I was going to try and look at chat and you.
No, you look great. I think we can see you perfectly. And it's
I can turn the lighting up if I need to.
No, I think the lighting's actually perfect on your end. Absolutely. If anything, great. I could probably use more lighting.
Still trying to get the studio set up because I'd love to do what you do and have a call-in show. So kudos to you, especially now it's 700 and how many days for you?
704 in a row. It's kind of insane.
In a row. That's amazing. That is such a huge commitment, and that's awesome. So I started my channel, and I'll just kind of backtrack a little bit here. It's Trinity, Red or Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of funny how that began, because I watched YouTube, but I didn't really, do too much with it until a lot of different things happened in my life. And I was being a mod for Mark Fugel TV and Mark Fugel News, and then I became a mod for you and mod for Wages World and lots of other channels out there that I'd love to shout out. There's a bazillion amazing channels out there, and I encourage people to become a channel. If you don't have a channel already, become one.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
We need more voices speaking the truth, because we're not going to get that anywhere else, and we need to break free from this mind control that people don't realize that we are all in because of the way that we were raised and the way that we did things. And I have quite a story in itself on that. But going back to my name, Trinity, Red or Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here, is kind of funny because it was just going to be Trinity, Red or Blue Pill. And then I added Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here because I thought it was funny. And then I got stuck with it. It all was one word, one name. And I was stuck with it for like 3 months before I could change it. And then everybody loved it. And I started thinking about it. And one of my favorite books here, I've got a couple of them, is You're the Placebo. I didn't write it, but it's an amazing book. And I've had this for a while, and I've had some very serendipitous moments with this book. And I'll have to tell you about that too. But, the Red or Blue Pill is people like, the Matrix, which, I believe a lot of this technology that we're in, and I'm really into technology, and I could go into that as well. That was kind of the Matrix kind of thing, and Trinity because of the Matrix kind of thing. But Trinity is also, the Trinity. So it was that in itself. And then I always thought Kermit the Frog was just awesome because it always made me laugh. And I always thought, well, whenever you say that, you think of his voice, and it's just funny. And I saw a meme, and I've always loved the Muppets. And then I also thought that we all seem to be Muppets because we all repeat what we're told to say. We all do what we're supposed to do. We are, basically you just go to school and you be quiet, sit down, raise your hand, don't speak unless you're spoke to, memorize this, memorize that. And Kermit is also a computer code. So I have quite a history and a portfolio with lots of different things. However, I am kind of a nerd at heart too.
Well, I think that it's amazing to hear the story that people, or the journey that people take to get to their unique purpose. And sometimes, and to your point, you're working, as a scuba diver. It's funny. I was terrified of sharks. I was terrified of all that stuff. And then when I was a little girl, not in a million years would you ever thought that I would do that. And then ever since I was a little girl, if I heard the ocean, I saw the ocean,
it's like hypnotic. It just calls me. I love the Moana. I cry every time I hear that song because I really do feel that. And I'm very dangerous around the ocean because I want to be in it. And it's so freeing and it's so beautiful. And it's what I want our world to be.
Yeah.
So when I'm scuba diving and doing really deep dives, and I've done cave dives, I've done, gosh, you name it. I've done so many different dives. The cave was not near as fun. I was dropped in Aruba the first time, like the middle of it was like just being in an aquarium. It was just so beautiful.
Wow.
But I never thought in a million years, and I got some funny stories I could tell you about scuba diving too, but I would never have thought that I would combat that fear. But when I'm in the ocean, and this is what I want to bring to my channel and what I love about your channel, and thank you so much for having me, and thank you everyone for being here right now.
Of course,
is that when you're underwater, you're weightless. And we have the weight of the world on us all the time. And we have all this negativity weighing on us. We have all these worries and this fake monetary system that's not even real, that we think that we're free, but we're really not. And I would love to come up with some type of solution that, of course, I believe that we have to have a system where right now, because that's what we've been, brainwashed to believe in and how we do our goods and services. However, I really believe that people would still, if they've had their passion, would go and do their job, because I have a passion and I haven't been paid for 3 years on a project I'm extremely passionate about that's had now to take a back seat because of the, thing that the virus, I'll say. So I'm not saying to get your system to go crazy.
Oh, I know. Right? It's a weird thing. I didn't even
back
realize
to scuba diving is that when you're underwater and you're just breathing and it feels like you're flying and you're weightless and it's beautiful and there's nobody talking, but you speak, to your people you're with or your divers and stuff. You're able to speak, but without words. And it's amazing how much we speak without words and just the beauty around it. And in this world, we get so caught up in all the things that don't matter. And that's why I do the moon streams, and I want to do sunsets and sunrises, because one of my other, favorite videos was going to the pond and stuff. And that was just saying, hey, our creator, there's birds every day that find food and shelter. We will always be able to figure that out. We don't have to live in a materialistic world when none of that matters. And one of my very favorite sayings in the whole world is, no one will ever remember what you drove, what you wore, what you did for a living, whatever it is, when you pass away and you leave this earth, because we have 100 years, if we're lucky, to evolve here. No one's going to remember those things. But one thing that people are always going to remember about you is how you made them feel.
I love that. And it's the most accurate statement when it comes to how I believe we're judged at the very end. When we're told as kids that there's some invisible being that's judging every thought and things that you never say but think he knows or it knows. And that's such a ridiculous thing. But what is more realistic is that every single person that you affect in life has a reaction when you do pass. And if it's a positive response and a grief that they share for you, you are lifted up into the light. However, if those people say, what a crumb, you put yourself where you go. You really lay yourself out. You got an entire, like you said, almost 100 years to prove yourself to the people that exist. And if you can prove yourself to be a worthy human being to them, then maybe you reach some sort of higher plane where you're allowed to come back again. I don't know.
Ever since my diagnosis, and there's a lot of videos I did take down, and people are like, what happened to you? And I was being vulnerable. I was sharing the high fevers. I was sharing the pain. I was sharing the shock of me being in the swimming pool going, I can't believe that I have this, breast cancer. I can't believe it, and kind of just, going through the journey and trying to maybe be that one thing that helps that one person out there who finds out they have breast cancer, that they have to have a double mastectomy and reconstruction and lymph node removal or whatever they're doing. I mean, there's much worse things out there that people are going through. But I thought, if I could just be just that little bit of hope that even in my darkest, most painful days, when I'm better and I can and document that, you can get through that pain or get through that time. And it is so scary to be vulnerable, especially out here. You know, it's hard. And I had a lot of comments about my voice being breathy or sexy or blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that is the exact thing I'm not trying to do. I'm just trying to breathe.
Yeah.
And my voice is what it is. And I can't help it that my voice is what it is. So between a few of those things and then a lot of, you know, people were getting knocked off right after we both got monetized, I was getting extremely shadow banned and I couldn't figure out why. And I still am.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, I didn't know if I had something in any of the videos that would possibly cause them to take me out after, you know, all that has happened since I began the channel, which actually my channel state shows that I started like over 10 some years ago, but I was just a YouTube person who would watch videos randomly. I didn't have a channel till, gosh, it was, I think it's been 1.5 years now. I'm not sure how long I've had it. I've actually had the channel, so it's deceiving on, you know, the date on my, like when I started and when I actually started. I think I have it in there in my description somewhere. However,
well,
I just didn't want to get knocked off the you know,
and I think you have to stay.
And then when you do share, you know, medical things, you have to be sure and put warnings out there that, you know, I am not a doctor. I'm not giving you advice. This is just my story. This is just what I'm going through. And some of it, you know, may be gross. And if you're, you know, squeamish on things, maybe don't watch, you know. So I'm going to put it back together. I kept all those videos and I think I'll, you know, be either creating another channel for that, or I'll put it, if people still want me to do it on my channel, I'll still put it on there, but I will make sure it's, you know, well documented. Like, don't watch this video unless you want to know about this part.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I think it's a good thing to even maybe take on sort of a overview of what you've been through to help someone else who's going to come across the same thing. It's going to happen, and to show how you handled it and how you stayed positive. Because I hear a lot of it is feeling like you can get over it and you can beat it is a lot of it. And if you feel like you're not going to get through it, you're most likely not going to get through it. But I think you've always had maintained a healthy, positive attitude. And that's why when you do come on, I like to play your song for you.
Oh my gosh. You have no idea. I was in so much pain when I found your channel, and I was fighting really high fevers and complications. And I think it was Wages World. Pretty sure it had to have been Wages World, Blue Kool-Aid. You know, you drink this Kool-Aid. I love that name too. I wish you didn't have to change it, but now Wages World, I love that name too. I you know, came over and then you said Trinity or something like that. And I'm like, and then I was just like jokingly. And after my surgery, what they don't tell you is you can't move your arms. I mean, some people can't move their arms only for like a week, but I couldn't move my arms for a really long time because of the procedure I had. Mm-hmm. So I'm holding my phone like way out and I'm trying to like message you. And then even just to get my glasses or to get anything, I mean, to not be able to put your hands up to do stuff. I mean, that was something I have never experienced before, but I was in a lot of pain, ice packs, high fever, find you're cheering me up. And then I thought, okay, he didn't say my full name. I dare you, you know, say it 3 times fast. And then you did. And I was like, oh my gosh, every time I had a really bad day, you were either on and you would make me laugh or you would sing the song. And there was a few times that a couple weeks ago, I had a very bad spell. I mean, a really, really bad spell. And all the love that's, you know, in here, the love that you give, the advice you give, there's so much that you do. It's amazing what that can do to help someone get through the pain they're in, or thinking, how am I ever going to be able to be like, you know, on every day like you, or, you know, you set these high standards of, you know, I'm a very high standard type person, and to not be able to have those standards met, and to be vulnerable and realize that I am weak and I am fighting this. I'm going to have days that are great. I'm going to have days that are really tough. And I just thank you so much. You have no idea how much you've helped. I really, really am grateful for you. And I think many people would say that if they could say it to you. So I'm saying it from my heart, and I'm sure for many others.
Well, that means so much to hear you say that. And my aim here always from the beginning is to get someone to find the happiness that's hard to find in the world we're living in. And I can't take complete I don't know. I can't take the responsibility on, but I'm doing it. And I also can't say that it's all me, because when you let yourself connect to this amazing power of the universe and you're willing to allow, you start realizing you're vulnerable. We're all vulnerable. And if you allow yourself to live in your vulnerability, you can actually find something that is very hard to find. And this is why I think there's been in 704 days, many times I've tried to write a song in real time and it's been or maybe it was great. Maybe it was great and I didn't think it was good. But the point is, I will keep trying and I will keep attempting to. It's a weird thing. I'll keep attempting to fail in a weird way, because I don't think failure is a thing. I think it's just redirecting in order to find the things you're good at. And
you have to try to get there. You have to not fail, but you have to do things to get that.
Yeah, evolution, the only way you can evolve is by really just uncovering all the ways things could go wrong. You're just like, I got to try all these things to figure out.
I can't tell you how many times I don't understand. I'll be out live streaming the moon or whatever, and I was like frustrated lives because I have a system, but I don't have it all set up yet, because I'm just now able to use my arms more, and I'm able to sit up. I'm not in bed. I'm getting stronger. I'm still having some major setbacks, but I so want the studio like you and be able to just go on and not have all these problems and look at like what you see for like frames and all the things that you talk about that are happening. So I'll be on my phone and I'm just winging it because I'm doing the best I can with what I have right now. And also people are like, I can't see the moon. I can't see you, or I can't see anything. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, how does that even happen? It doesn't make sense. Like, it just dark screen, no matter where I'm at, it just goes dark. And it's not just buffering, it just goes out.
Yeah, you had that the other day. I was trying to watch the moon you were trying to broadcast, and it was just a black screen. But we were there chatting, and we were in the chat. We were all sending you love. We're all like, everybody's dropping a like. Guys, by the way, I'm sure you already, most of you, I think basically everybody here already is on Trinity's page. You're subscribed to Trinity, but if you haven't, please go over and subscribe right now. She's awesome. I'm so grateful. And she's trying to provide light from the moon. And, and I think
cute. It's funny. When I was little, my mom painted my room yellow, and I was like, Mom, I want a pink room. She's like, no, you're my sunshine. And I was like, oh, so she'd sing that to me every morning. I lost her in 2005 to lung cancer, and she lived 3 months from her diagnosis. So, and we've had some other diagnoses in our family that was like 3 months, that's it. So I was pretty scared when I found out. And then they were trying to talk me into radiation first and all these different things. And they're like, why are you so against it? And I'm like, well, the radiation and chemotherapy my mom did, she fought it like a trooper, but it shrank her tumor, which that's what you wanted. However, it shrank her tumor and it tore her vocal cords, and she hemorrhaged and died.
Oh my goodness. That's the scary thing I hear. And this is, again, when I had Charles Pixley, who is involved. He wrote a book about something called 714X. 714X is this compound that was created in the 80s. Now, what I've been told is that there's been maybe 8 to 12 cures to cancer in the last 100 years. And every time there's a cure, the person who creates the cure is considered a quack. They murder the person, they get rid of it.
Yeah, they're off.
You never hear of it.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
Because there's too much money to be made in it.
Yeah, so 714X was created. Some senator wound up curing his cancer from it. And then once the U.S. government and Big Pharma understood the power of 714X, they banned it in the United States. You could still apparently get it in Canada, but it has to be like injected in your groin. It's crazy. But if you do it correctly, this thing can create clean blood again within you, which kills cancer. And so it was an interesting, actually, if anybody's interested, it is a show here. You could probably type it in, just type in Charles Pixley. And it was about a 4-hour broadcast I had with him about 4 months ago. And he shared this amazing story about a doctor who was kicked out of the country because he was a genius and created a cure to cancer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my daughter's had medical immune disorders, and my brother's a walking miracle. So a lot of things with medical are not new to me. And I've seen good and bad and ugly with doctors. And there's some really great doctors. And the really good doctors are usually fired because they don't push the crap. And I feel so bad for doctors, because a lot of doctors and nurses get in it for the right reasons, but then they find out that if they don't push or do certain things, they lose their job.
Yeah.
So
They're pushed into
I am
corruption.
extremely cautious of all that. And, you know, it's funny, you know, by saying that, admitting that I'm going through this, because I wanted people to know why my videos might be not, you know, as regular, and my lives are going to be goofy. Please don't give up on me. A lot of people are like, well, if you have a mammogram, that causes the cancer. And I'm like, no, I had a tumor that was so large you could feel it. I mean, it wasn't the mammogram. I've been fighting this stuff off and on for a while. And then people are like, well, if you are this, if you do that, you can do all these things. And I'm like, oh, believe me, honey, believe me. I hear you, and I am trying all that. And I am one to definitely listen to all the stuff that's going on. And, you know, it doesn't help with the cloud seeding. I know that I'm not a conspiracy theorist because, you know, it's proven what they've done in warfare, you know, what they did in Vietnam with the cloud seeding and the Operation Popeye. So it's, you know, the nanotechnologies, we can't do anything about it. If we're already breathing the stuff in, and people are worried about the injectables, you know what I'm saying, that are coming out, warp speed.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying without saying it.
Oh, it's funny. We should talk about
aerosols, and it's so finite. It is so teeny tiny. So it was interesting when I was out doing several of my night lives, doing the moon end of October with having the 2 full moons and the blue moon. I was absent for a little bit there because I got really, really sick, and I kept thinking, what in the heck did I breathe? Because I had this really horrible coughing spell, and I've got a beautiful son who's married, and 2 beautiful granddaughters. And then my daughter graduated from college this year, and she didn't get to start her business because of everything that's going on, but she's been my amazing nurse, and just I can't even begin to thank her enough for everything. But the poor thing, she was like, you gotta go to the emergency room, you gotta get some oxygen, because I woke up the other day and they're like, oh my gosh, you look like Tombstone. You look like, I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gray. I looked like Val Kilmer laying on a bed of ice. And I had no color, and I was gray. And so, yeah, makeup does a lot. But when I'm not wearing makeup and I'm not feeling good, and that spell that I had just recently, that was enough I feel so bad that, you know, that's the thing as a parent too. That's the worst thing in the world, I think, is to be sick. Because we take care of everybody. We love everybody. We take care of everybody. You know, I want to be that positive person that does it all. And then, boom, you get hit with something like this. And it's just like, oh, my gosh. Now, I will say, I do believe stress causes cancer. Because my parents both, my mom passed away, and then my dad remarried an amazing lady. And they both business owners. And we're in the newspaper a lot, and she had her own newspaper. She had lots of things, and she hid her Parkinson's for a very long time, and nobody knew she had it. And then it was, oh gosh, has it now been a little over a year? And finally, my dad was like, because they had several homes, different places, and he's like, honey, I just can't do this. Can you please come help me? And I was like, sure. And I had no idea. My dad quit taking care of himself. He was taking care of her. He was hiding her disease. And it would literally take 3 to 4 hours just to get in and out of a chair, or in or out of bed, anything. Wow. And my dad was falling down all the time, and I didn't know he was falling down. Well, he was exhausted. And he finally asked for help. And then it was like, I think it was last year. Gosh, this time's gone by so fast. It's been, all this has happened. But anyways, I ended up taking a day off of taking care of him because I needed to be with my family. I called someone in, and instead of, dealing with things the way that I was dealing with things, they freaked out and called an ambulance. They're like, oh my gosh. And I was like, no, this is just the way it's been. And I was getting used to how bad it was. But then the Lewy body kicked in, and that's what, my favorite actor, he passed away. I love him so much. I just went blank. Comedian, Nanu. Oh gosh.
Robin Williams.
Yes, Robert Williams. Oh my gosh, I love him to pieces. And when he found out he had Lewy body dementia, I mean, who knows what's real or what isn't real in that? But supposedly that was the reason why he's no longer with us. He decided he couldn't do it to his family. And she ended up in the hospital. Then my dad fell because he would never leave her side. He had a cot and everything there, you know, just so cute. Just never leave her side, old fashioned love. And I get a phone call and he fell backwards, hit his head and got a traumatic brain injury.
Oh my goodness.
So then they both end up in physical therapy and all these people got involved. And it was really, really hard. I had to tell my dad he couldn't drive anymore. And being the candy man, business owner, loved to drive. That was the hardest thing in the whole world, to have to say, you know, it's not safe for you or anyone for you to be driving. And then they've been in memory care. So that in itself was really horrible and hard, because I had to give up the fact that I couldn't do it anymore. And it was a lot, and they were falling and it was too much. And a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, well, I would just go get them out of that place and I'd take care of them. And I'm like, I just got sick. I can't take care of them. I can't do it anymore. And I just had surgery. I can't lift. I can't do these things yet. Eventually I'm going to be back to 100%. I know I'm going to be fine, but it's something I can't do right now. And I have not, and I don't want to cry, but I haven't been able to give my dad a hug. And I'm a daddy's girl. I haven't been able to give my dad a hug since, gosh, I think it was February. And
Wow.
So this breast cancer kind of kicked in right when they were in the hospital. And
you have to be careful.
They thought it was cancer, and then it went away. And then all that happened. And then the cancer actually came back as cancer in the other side. So you do, as a caregiver, people tell you this all the time, but you really do have to take care of yourself. You do have to take time to take care of yourself, because that will get you. That's the only thing I can think of that actually got me, was that.
Wow. You know,
and now they have coronavirus.
And now they have coronavirus.
Sorry to say the word out loud. But, you know, it's crazy. They did really good in the unit to not have hardly any cases. They had a few. Most of them recovered. Only a couple passed, but they were already really in bad shape. And now my dad just had his birthday. And, yeah, I still haven't been able to hold his hand or hug him. And he has it, and now his wife has it. But luckily, the good news is they just seem to have cold symptoms. They don't really have anything serious yet. They don't have to be in the hospital or anything like that. So, you know, there are a lot of people that are recovering, and not everybody's getting it as severely. So if people in memory care can get it and get over it, I want that to be something positive for people to hold on to.
Well, I heard something interesting the other day, and I don't know if it's accurate, but that this former CEO of Pfizer said that when he heard this first information come out from the WHO, from all these people, that 0 people on the planet are immune to CV19, he scratched his head. He's like, there are 4 Corona beer VIRUSs that can affect humans. And this one happens to latch into one of those 4. I'm not sure which one it is, but he said, so that means that 30% of the population on the planet are already immune to CV19. And he said, so it's weird when they said 0, and he's like, what's with this lockdown? He's like, and he goes, the reason why I know that they're wrong is if it spread throughout all the nursing homes, which it did, they all should have died. But they went back and they saw 65% of the people who did not get CV19 had antibodies, which means that they were immune to CV19, which means they probably had that. Maybe they're from 1934 when that virus was strong and they got it. And same thing. I have in-laws who lived in different parts of the world. Maybe they had an immunity to this thing. And we've been sheltering people away, but they've told us because 0 people. Here's the one thing I want to share with you real quick, and I'll try to pull this up. 2 things. This one right here is a little, check this out. This is a little document. I'm not sure if you could see this because I think you're on your phone. But
I'm gonna put my glasses on, my readers on, shows my age.
Okay, I put this up. It just says already had COVID. Here's what to know about getting vaccinated. So I just wanted you guys to see. I'm not going to read this entirely, but there's a line in here that says, and it won't let me scroll down, but they said that even if you have had COVID or CV, whatever you want to call it, they are still requesting or requiring everybody to get the vax. Isn't that interesting? So if I got it and now I have immunities to it, you want me to also still get the vax? And this is their reasoning, because it shouldn't affect you really anyway. They literally said something like that. It shouldn't be any really harm for you to take it since you already had gotten the CV.
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me? There's something with this thing.
And I'm going to be doing a big video on this too. So I don't know if you've noticed that I do a lot of deep dives on the deep underground neutrino experiments. That's one of my passions, the deep underground military bases, the deep underwater marine bases, all the large magnets that are made in the United States that are actually for CERN and for ITER, the largest experiment of the world in southern France, and CERN's in Geneva, Switzerland. And they're sisters. CERN brought over from the Atlantic a large part that we have in Fermilabs all underground in the United States. And the United States makes the largest magnets. We are electrical. We are an electric universe. Of course, I believe in the Almighty. Of course, that's what we come from, an Almighty. So people sometimes leave me bad comments and go, oh, you're, all these horrible things. And I'm like, no, I also know that my creator says, stay childlike, stay curious, keep looking for answers. And I was a selective mute. I didn't speak till I was 4. And then when I went to school, I didn't speak again till I was 7. And I had to speak because they finally made me speak. But I realized without speaking and without people saying anything, or if they were saying something, it was all lies. Why did I want to be a part of that? And why did I want to have to be brainwashed? I mean, being dyslexic too made me very unique and different. But like tying my shoes, I'd get my hand slapped and they'd say, you can't do that. You have to use, do this, tie your shoes a certain way. And I'd tie my shoes like 2 bunny ears that my mom taught me. And I'd be like, why does it matter? Why does it matter how I tie my shoes?
Can I tell you something weird?
It's just stupid. Yeah. And then, it's just
this
different
is weird.
things. And,
Trinity,
it's
check
so
this out.
frustrating because
today I wanted to tell you something.
You can't teach children.
I'm not sure
like
you can hear me.
My favorite quote is all these animals sitting by a tree. And it says, it's like a fish and it's a giraffe, an elephant, all these people. I don't know if you've ever seen that famous quote. I thought it was by Einstein, but I don't think it's Einstein, but the famous quote. But it says, now I want everybody, to take this test. I want everybody to climb that tree. We all learn differently. That's another thing. We all learn differently. And a lot of people are like, oh, we got to get back to schools and not this homeschooling. You know what? If anything comes out of this, maybe we can break free of the mind control. Because if we're told to, be quiet, sit down, memorize this, memorize that, this is the way it is. This is the way blue's blue, which I love the color blue. But if, we're told this is what it is, and you live here and latitude, longitude. I mean, I go all the way into time. Like the very first clocks made were from water. I have a very curious mind and I have a very old soul, I think, because I'm always wanting to save the world. I'm not sure how I could possibly do that. And people are like, oh, you can never do that. Well, you know what? Why not try? Why not we all try? And there's positive peace. Why can't we go for positive peace? There's a difference between peace and positive peace. But back to my channel, I do a lot of live streams that are goofy and lighthearted, but I also do some really deep dives and rabbit holes that are kind of fun. But it's to get people to think, be a child again. Start questioning why. The thing that drove our parents crazy. Quit saying why. Well, you know what? We should never stop asking questions. And they've even proven in college, a lot of these mathematicians and a lot of these experiments will never get fixed because they don't even have the right tools and they're going by books. They're not going out and figuring it out.
No, that's very true. I was just thinking, you had said something I was trying to cut in because you had said something about being dyslexic and tying your shoes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I know it's hard.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I'm very sorry.
When you, I know I wanted to tell you something funny. So my entire life,
sorry.
every time I tie my shoes, I do the bunny ears, but I go over and under, right? For some reason, first time in my life, I'm 42. Today I tied my shoes right before I got on the air and I went reverse. And for some reason in my mind, I was like, I wonder if you can, instead of going over, go under. And everything I did, I even do the over to do the first thing, which is over and then under and this. And instead I said, let me go behind and try it. And I'm like, that worked. And then your whole life, you're like, okay, you swoop over and then so you learn by what they tell you. But I did it all the way a dyslexic would. Yeah. I read it in reverse and I realize it all works. But it's the first time I ever did it in my life. And then you said something about tying your shoes and dyslexia. I'm like, holy cow.
That's a synchronicity there. That's a really interesting synchronicity.
There's a lot of weird things that have happened. I had actually early on a life coach who came on who's kind of borderline psychic. And I've always talked I met this one lady, Peggy, when I was 19 years old, and she was a talent rep. And at the time, I was a young guy thinking about acting. I wanted to get into acting, but I was writing songs. And I went and sat down with her, and within 2 minutes, this lady told me like everything about me, Trinity. It was unbelievable. She was like, yeah, you do this, you do that, and you do that. I was like, what? Who the hell are you? And she goes, I'm a psychic. I was like, huh? And she goes, and guess what? You are too. And I said, look, she goes, but if you don't tap into that power, you will never get stronger. And she said, but if you do, she goes, the things you'll start to, uncover and understand will be really, really something. Then she said a couple of really other crazy things. She's like, at the time I wanted to be this actor, I want to be this musician. And she goes, you're not going to that's not going to be what you do. She goes, you're going to find your success when you're a little older, meaning like about now. I'm in my 40s. Like, no, you're not going to find it in your 20s, buddy. I was like ready to take on the world. She's like, no, it's not going to work that way. She goes, it's going to be a bittersweet thing where it's going to take off a different time when you're older, it's going to be when you're older. And I don't know if that ever means it for this. It could be for real estate that I really do something amazing. I don't know. But the point is,
it's this. I mean, real estate's great, but this is your calling.
This is what I'm meant to do.
I'm an empath. I pick up on feelings more than I do anything. And I know things that are, I've never said that I'm psychic, but I am very in tune. I'm very empath. And I think my first email to you was a little freaked you out maybe because I told you. I said, I think that, you need to really, take good care of yourself. I understand why you're so funny.
Well, you know what? I appreciate that because I think, when you do have a purpose that's shining so bright to you, you don't know if anybody else sees it, especially when you're in a hole that's the way Wages said this. Mark said this to me. He goes, buddy, you've been in a hole for 2 years. He's like, I can't believe it. He's like, I feel so bad for this guy. He's sitting in a hole. Like nobody even knows he's there. He's doing 2+ hours. And I'm like, look, I just thought that was the way it had to be for the rest of my life. And I would just go
it's
with
hard.
it. Yeah.
I started losing like 20 subscribers a day last week. And I was like, what's going on? Why am I losing subscribers? I'm not getting any views.
I'm doing that too. I'm losing them. That I think that Wages explained that. He said that something in the bylaws say that if people don't visit your page enough, YouTube will get rid of them. And that
makes sense.
Yeah, but you think like how many people are...
It's depressing though. It's bad because you think, I hope I do. It's hard not to take it personal. And I tell myself all the time, no, don't take it personal. But it is. It's sad. It's frustrating. And that was part of why my channel, also took a back seat because all that happened to my parents. And it was like a train wreck because they were these independent, amazing business owners who just out for the world, did their thing. I, saw them on holidays to boom. They were like, yeah, it's hard. It's just hard. And everything, it's just crazy.
Everything in life is difficult, but I think so. And this lady, Peggy, was just phenomenal. I wish I should see if she's still alive. But what I thought was interesting is, what she said everything's come true except for that one other prophecy she had. But what she said was you need to, when you tap into it, she was talked about tapping into this connection to something. Now I call it what you call it too, empath, being connected to the energy. And, and I have a weird thing. And when I go into a room, I feel everybody's energy. And
my gosh. Like it's a very painful thing.
Yeah. Like walk out of rooms.
Wonderful, but painful.
I walk out of rooms all the time. Like I'll just be like, I'm out of here. And that's just the way I need to be. And I think that it's a weird thing, but it's also helps me to get to the truth of the matter. And I think that's allowed me to, and it's been weird stuff too. Like I'll think about someone I haven't spoken to since high school. And all of a sudden that day they email me or call me or the next day. And it's just a lot of weird stuff like that happens. I used to, even when I was a kid, the phone would ring. I used to almost every single time know who it was without even oh, it's my friend John or whatever, or it's my aunt. And it always was who I felt like it would be. And a lot of it, and this is the weird thing, if you guys want to try to tap into it yourself, because I believe we all have it. I believe we all have the ability to connect to this, and it just takes work. It's just like working out at the gym. You can't just do it once and expect to get there. But if you train, so to speak, you can start to tap into this sixth sense that you do have. It's within you. And really what it is leading with that initial thought you have, that initial feeling you have. It's always right. Your intuition is always right.
Yeah.
And I say that like it was second guessing yourself, you lose every time. You need to always go with your intuition. That's why this show exists, is unscripted, 2 to 6 hours every day. It's going with the moment and being vulnerable. And I like how you said that most people have a fear of being vulnerable, but I do believe that's the path to light and the path to whatever is next. It has to be by allowing complete, magnification of self in a way, letting people see the true version of yourself. And if that helps someone like Trinity feel better when she's going through something, then my job
you have no idea.
That makes me very happy. It makes me very
my
happy.
brother spent his life in pain, and I spent my life just trying everything I possibly could to help him feel better. And when you've been with somebody who goes through that day in and day out, and he's a miracle. I mean, I'm in the medical books too. I have the extra rib that only 0.0005% people. It's like a Hox gene. It's a very strange thing. And they almost amputated my left arm when I was 10 years old. And luckily the doctor figured it out. They cleft my lung in surgery, but they removed the extra rib, and my left arm after a year was no longer purple and cold. And I was 10 when that happened. And
wait, so the rib was keeping your arm from getting the blood it needed or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the worst thing that happened, and this is where a lot of I'm very sensitive. I've always been sensitive, but my freshman year of high school, I get to high school, I'm like, hey, everybody's I never would even go to the lunchroom because I didn't want to make anybody feel bad, because I got along with everybody and I didn't want anybody to feel like I chose them over someone else. So I spent my lunches my whole life in libraries reading, and I love to read. I'm a sponge. I love to read. I'm a weirdo. I'm a nerd. But I also would avoid, large rooms, large groups of people, because of course I felt everything, and I never wanted anybody to feel bad like I chose someone over someone else. But I was going, and I kept passing out. And finally the school said, I passed out. I went down all these steps, and I fractured my tailbone. And they're like, she cannot come to school unless she's in a wheelchair until she stops passing out. Well, it turned out that it grew back kind of funny or weird. So when I'd say hi or hi a certain way, it cut the blood flow off and down I'd go. Gave so many teachers heart attacks.
Oh my goodness.
Terrifying for people that witnessed it.
I imagine.
But
Holy
the worst thing, the whole thing that happened was, it was my freshman year. My school wasn't large, but it wasn't small. And it was horrible because I had there was a few girls that gave me a really bad time, and they, really bullied me, and they'd see me outside of school, not in that wheelchair. But in school, I was forced to be in it. So, I learned a lot about what people go through. And I don't know what people want to know, if I even should keep talking, if anybody's still interested in knowing more of what I have to say. But unless you've been in, my mom always was so great at telling me all kinds of sayings, but unless you've walked a mile in someone's shoes, do not judge them. You have no idea. And I was, I grew up feeling so not good enough my whole life, fat, ugly, bullied. I was always, protecting my brother, who was super teeny tiny. He had a very serious illness. He finally grew at the age of 15 or 16, but for the longest time he was malnourished, not, going to make it. And, I just heard a lot of really mean things throughout my life, and it made me who I am, which I'm grateful for that. But now I am just so careful about how words do affect people. And I got into modeling. My mom put me through a modeling, finishing, and etiquette school, Nancy Bounds modeling, finishing, and etiquette school. And Cindy Crawford had just finished her big Pepsi, big drink. And it was an international contest, look of the year. And I was in the top 10. And I was, doing all these different things. I was in commercial work and doing, some just lots of different stuff. I was known as the local model. My senior year of high school, and just landed the contract in New York at the Elite Modeling Agency.
Oh, wow.
And they sent me this big contract, it was going to pay me for 5 years to 10 years. And I was going to go to the Fashion Institute of Technology and become a fashion designer and, do all these things. And because of my low self-esteem and because of many other issues, I fell into many traps that a lot of women do. And I am so grateful that this did happen, though. I found I was pregnant. So I went from the laughingstock again, from being the local model who made it big and all this stuff, to pregnant and then married before I even graduated from high school, and then had my son. And I just did everything I could to be the best mother I could possibly be. That was my main thing. And I hung up the modeling, all that entertainment, all that stuff for a long time. I did a little bit of this and that here and there, different, things, but just wanted to be a really good mom. And then I got into the financial industry, and I was in finance and for about 15 years. And I know way too much about the finance industry, and got out of it when I found out the things that were so ugly about it. And speaking of who knows what's going to happen with our president to be, but if it's the one that we are hoping it's not, I remember the Patriotic Act when it came out, the Patriot Act, and I remember him writing it, and I remember how horrible that was. And CTR reports, critical transaction reports, people giving me information or not giving me information. It got so ugly. And then I seen what money did and what people who didn't have money did. And I at first was working at a bank where I could really help people. And then I ended up working with a bank that took over and was so super greedy. They would eat up entire paychecks, and I would just get myself in trouble. And then I was doing good. And then I got in more trouble because I was doing my job well. And then I went into being young careerist, and I was president of Business Professional Women, and went into Edward Jones and investments and stuff like that. And then being a young careerist, they sent me to this thing. They're like, aren't you so proud of you, a feminist? And please forgive me, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I think it's amazing to be a mom. That's my number one thing, that I think if that's what I can be, that's what I wanted to be. I didn't want to have this amazing career. I didn't want to do anything but be the best mom I could be. And if I could just root more people in understanding that that's the most important job you could possibly ever have, and to be proud of that, that's what I really want people to hear. Because like I said, again, it doesn't matter when you pass away. All that stuff goes away. But how you make a difference in those you love, or someone that you've made a difference in their lives, that's what it's about.
Well, I applaud you on that, because my wife and I, from the beginning, that's been our goal. Is my wife's been taking care of our kids. It's not easy. We live in Fairfield County, Connecticut, and I have to.
It is hard.
I got to work my tail off.
But it's so worth it. It is so worth it. Oh,
it's so worth it. Because you know what, we've often said, I would rather, and this is just a reality, I would rather struggle every single day to have my wife home with our kids than to have to be putting a little extra away. We got a sitter taking care of our kids that doesn't care about our kids. There's no interest.
Yeah.
And no, I mean, the great thing about this is my children will always have the memory that my wife was with them, there for them. They didn't come home to a latchkey where they'd open up and make lunch for themselves. She's always there for them. And and that's what I love about my wife, is that she wants to be the greatest mom, just like you want to be the greatest mom. She wants to be, she one day wants the kids to come back. Now we have 2 daughters and my son. The daughters will most likely come back. The son is most likely going to be, doing his thing one day. But the girls,
give them wings. I know that's so hard. I know it's difficult.
It's funny.
And I would have had a nervous breakdown if I hadn't had my mother and my father and my ex-in-laws. I ended up getting divorced after 15 years. And then I tried marriage again. And that was crazy. But I would love to take any questions that people have. My 3-year project, I did sign a non-disclosure agreement, but believe me, as soon as I can get that funded, and I was so close at Christmas time to get it funded, and it's an international project, and all I can say is that it's an animated music-driven, CD-driven film that is going to rock this world, and it's a good film. It's going to be amazing, incredible talent, incredible people, and I want to say that too, is that yes, there's been a lot of people in Hollywood that have been involved in things that they shouldn't be, or doing things they shouldn't be doing. But I'm not, and I haven't been paid on this project. I'm doing this YouTube now, and I'm not doing any of the things that I feel like I don't stand for. And I will not get paid on that until I actually get the funding for it. I was so close after, forever, getting that. And I want people to understand that if we can make a difference in that world and get back to good things back on the screen that make a difference, that are good, that creates a lot of jobs for people that are artists. Absolutely. I had over 100 people I was going to have employed. I had stunt people. I had makeup artists. I had so many people hired that had these amazing things that they could do. Yeah. So when you think of a film and you look at the production, don't think about all the actors or people doing the bad stuff that you think, oh, they're just bad people, because there are those people, but there are also people that are extremely talented who love to create and who have an amazing ability to put things out there that are really awesome.
No, I agree with you. And just keep in mind, if for some reason you cannot get the funding, outside the box approach, there's a guy named Dr. Wayne Dyer. He always says, change the way you look at things. The things you look at change. We could always have me do all the voices, and you just do it on a very, very literal minimal budget. And it would be like the Dr. Doolittle, like Eddie Murphy, but we could do every voice. And that could be a whole different marketing pitch, that you had one actor do everything. And look, you had to do it. They're budget constrained. You know?
Oh, I have so many scripts thrown my way. I produced one movie. I'm on IMDb. But yeah, I'm afraid to even say that because people think, oh, you're one of them.
Can I speak
and it's like,
to you?
no, I'm not one of them at all.
Can I speak to that? I want to speak to that. Because when I was younger too, I was 18 to 21 before I decided to focus full time on music. But those first 3 years, I went to New York City a lot for commercial auditions. I did a couple commercials. I did one film that was like this really small part. I did.
I've turned down some really bad things. Believe me, you know when it's bad, you walk away.
Yeah, and I don't know if, I mean, this was something I did because my uncle was involved in the film, and so I did like some small part in it, which is fine. But then I did a gum commercial, and that's it. And then I focused on music. The funny thing is MTV used a lot of my music in 2006.
I love that. It's awesome.
And it's just like this song here. Oh, sorry. This song right here.
Your Casey Kasem impression gets me every time. I love it. I love that.
Trinity, it's Casey Kasem.
It's so good. If I was looking at you, I would think that was him.
I used to love listening to that guy in the car.
My gosh.
He'd be so funny. He was like, Tom Miller was on his way to the store, and all of a sudden, a pigeon pooped on the windshield. And as the windshield wiper went by, he wrote the song Bobby McGee. And I'm Casey Kasem. But so, yeah, MTV was playing these songs. This is 2009. And so I got this funny thing where right when we started to get some people to recognize the program, our brother Sig Sauer, my brother, who we love.
Oh, Sig. Oh, love you, Sig. If you're listening. I love everybody out there.
Yeah, you guys, our chat is awesome. Like everybody that I see come back day after day is like, these people are so awesome. And Sig says, you know, I need my coffee.
Yeah, I know. I'm better to get a drink. And I feel like I'm taking over the show. Am I taking too long on the show?
No.
Does everybody want me to leave?
Mm-mm. I wanted to speak to that. Wade just said, too, that when you came on, just so you know, we've had 10 to 15 more people that are hanging out because you're here. So we are loving that you're here.
Okay, good.
As far as it goes, I wanted to speak to something that you said, too, that I think is important for you to hear, which is the self-esteem part that you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're mean to ourselves. I'm no longer, I almost came on here without any makeup on. I really am getting better about that. I used to not even want my children to not see me look a certain way because I wanted them to always think that I looked pretty. That's how much pressure we put on ourselves. And then this stuff happened, and I always thought I had an eating disorder, but actually I'm allergic to certain foods. So all these years of throwing up and being sick, I thought it was always anorexia and bulimia. Which, you know, could be a little of that, but I don't believe it is. And our foods are not what they used to be either. But, you know, there's so much that we need to forgive ourselves for. And I finally, like, no makeup and, you know, just even for me to wear a tank top and show my arms, because a lot of this now it's just more comfortable in a lot of ways. I had a picture taken of me and my granddaughter, who's 4 years old. I got 4-year-old and 2-year-old granddaughters. They're so amazing. And I keep them very protected. So I don't show a lot on, you know, keep them like you keep your children protected.
Yeah.
But my daughter took a picture because they were doing family pictures. And I looked at it and I said, I love this picture. And she's like, you do? I was so afraid to show it to you. I'm like, I love it. She's like, I'm so happy to hear you say that. I hadn't have any makeup on. I was just in my grubs and I was holding my little granddaughter. I won't say her name because I'm protecting her. And, you know, that's that's where the magic happens. It's everything we feel inside. It's not anything else that we put on the outside. Of course, I put makeup on to do the show tonight, but I'll do a show with you sometime and not wear any makeup, because I am past that. It's taken me a long time to realize that I can be loved for who I am, and I'm much more than any of this junk.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because that's what I wanted to delve in on, is I feel like most people don't understand that it starts with self-love. It starts with understanding that you have to appreciate what you have to offer. And even if you're not certain what you have to offer, knowing that there is something that you are supposed to, some need that needs to be filled and you're a part of it, is enough to kick you out of that hole that you're in. I wanted to also say one more thing, because I know everybody goes through this. I said earlier today that, you know, I lost my grandfather the other day.
I know, I'm so sorry. That's so hard.
Thank you very much. And you know, it's tough, but I do try to look at things from a perspective of appreciation. And I look at it as the time I got to spend with him, and also that he got to live a life that I hope to get to live. 90. I didn't realize that he was going to be 97 next month.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's amazing.
It's amazing. So
wow.
It's hard for me to, like, I'm sad that his soul is departed, but I'm also grateful, and I'm thankful that he's able to be reunited, if that's a thing, with my grandmother. If their spirits, their souls are into the ether together and they come back again. I don't know. I think we find our loved ones. I really do. No matter what realm we're in or where we end up, I believe that we do find one another. But I also think something you said earlier is interesting, and it's true, because I know what you know, and I've always been told it from people. Oh, you're an old soul. I think we're all old souls. Like, I think every person on the planet's an old soul, and we keep coming back over and over. And
we choose to come back, they say, for a reason.
Yeah, well, I think so too. We could decide to stay. We could in wherever, and that time could be everlasting, or you could decide to come back, and you could decide to come back after spending that everlasting time. And this is why I think we are. Essentially, if you think about this the way I try to explain it on the show, if you depart this existence and you go back into the light, you go back into the universe, into the energy field that I call, or everybody calls God. People call God the same thing that I call the source, okay? The source of energy. So if I'm a sort of piece of that source, and my parents and my grandfather, my grandmother, your parents, everybody, you're a piece of that source, and everybody's a part of that source. Together we are essentially one. Yes. Yeah. So then why are we always trying to divide us from, it's from the source?
I love this saying, and I heard that God, what does God mean? Giving, oneness, and destiny. I love that. Giving, oneness, and destiny. We're supposed to be giving. We are all one, and we have a destiny, and we need to figure that out. And ego is edging God out. And I don't want people to feel like this is going to be all religious, because they can believe whatever they believe. That's their thing. And it's amazing to me. I've read a lot of things. All the stories are very similar. And I did have a dream once about the Almighty. I have some amazing dreams, but he or she was so big. There was no way to encompass that person or being in my dream. I mean, if you think about it, it's all encompassing. It's all of everything. It's the sum of it all.
You know what? I think you're right, and it's the sum of it all. We are the sum of it all, and then we come back. We look different, and that's where we start. Everyone's like, "Oh, well, you look different than me." Like, like,
and melanin is all in your skin color. It has to do with how close you are to the equator. That's it.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, most people don't understand what melanin is.
Well, that's the other thing too, is, and we talked about this yesterday with Scott from Planet X. I said, you know what? I don't understand how people can say, like, oh, well, aliens don't exist. I found out recently that there was a period of time where all 7 different types of humans were on this planet at the same time. Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, Homo Cro-Magnon man. All of us, we're all there at the same time. Neanderthal, all at the same time. And then we came out as the only ones. That we were the victors or whatever. Maybe there's a war. Maybe there was the meteor fell. Who knows? But Homo sapiens, we exist. And then I know.
And this is a touchy subject, because people are like, oh, they're fallen, they're demons. Well, you know what? There's a lot of humans that are like fallen and demons. I mean, there's a lot of good and bad in humanity. So we don't know if aliens are good or bad. And we also don't know, are they our protectors, and are they the angels or archangels? Are they the watchers? I mean, it's in the Bible too, and it is fascinating to me. And there's my father and my sister both seen something that they can't explain at the drive-in theater, and everybody got their vehicles and looked at it. It stopped the theater. And what's really crazy is I also came from a failed vasectomy, and it was from a very strange situation because there's no reason why I should even be here. And my mom was the doctor, and he's like, well, whose is it? And she's like, well, dang you. And he's like, well, I guess you better get your dad or get your husband back in here. And after burying a child, I had a sister that they buried, and fighting for my brother's life. That's why my dad had a vasectomy, is they didn't want to have to bury more children. And people also go into the Rh negative bloods and all different types of blood types and stuff. And that is very unique. Why do we have so many different blood types? I remember like when my sister, who's 10 years older than me, they had to go and get their blood drawn before they got married. I mean, there's a lot going on underneath. And I did a video on this too. And if you go and check out some of my videos, there's a government within a government, or what people would call the deep state.
Yeah.
And and I see so many scholars who are really open-minded or think outside the box, and they're like, we don't have just one government. People are worried about who's getting elected, but what they don't worry about is the people that there's that shadow government, there's that shadow group that people don't realize control the president, control everything. Well, yeah. And even Bill Gates is saying that with Elon Musk in one of my videos, saying, well, I'm glad we don't have just one government.
What? I got to see that one. But I'll tell you what, you're absolutely right. I've been talking about this for a while on the show. The amount of pushback that Trump has gotten, and when you have stuff like Obamagate, and you have stuff like Hunter Biden, and nothing happens. It's because there's a secondary government.
That's right. Nothing gets anything accomplished. Nobody gets anything accomplished. So we got to realize there's something underneath that we need to be concerned about. There's dulce bases. That's why I'm into the military, the deep underground military bases, and the deep, the marine bases, and the deep underground neutrino experiments, because that's the root of it all. They have us looking up all the time. We have so much going on in the oceans. We have so much going on under our feet, and nobody thinks about it. And I think it's interesting about the moon too. I shoot that at night, and I just look at it in awe, because Leak Project was saying, is that Noah's Ark? I mean, a lot of people think that's really crazy to say that, but nobody understands why we have that satellite up there. It has no way to give us light except for the light it gets from the sun. And that's what we see when we see the moon, is from the light from the sun. And then we have the sun doing all kinds of crazy things. And that really got me going was when Sunspot Observatory closed. And you cannot tell me that black helicopters and all these people came in because somebody had something on their computer they shouldn't have, and they went door to door and knock on things. There's so much going on. And beyond, the Pale Horse, the Dulce base shootout with Schneider, and I mean, I could go on and on and on. They're not all conspiracies are conspiracies. They're actually there's a lot of truth in them that they're afraid, they do not want us to know.
Well, I think that's accurate. Well, here's the thing: is whenever there is truth, they just call it conspiracy. So no matter what, you could say you saw Barry Obama do something, and you will absolutely be like, nope, that was just CGI. By the way, very quickly, while you're still here, I want everybody to see this in case you haven't. We have 41 people on. I want them to see this. Guys, we had early on, this was just a request that came in, all right? The request was, would you be able to create like a Michael Obama? You know what I mean? Like, but like a deep,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like a deep
like Joan
voice.
Rivers was no longer here for.
Yeah, like a deep voice for that. Yeah. So what I did, and this is just me being a stupid person that I am, is I made it while that clip was playing, and right before you came on the air. So I'm going to play this because I wanted Wages to see this. Wages, you got to pass this along.
Wages.
My brother Wages. Check this out, Wage. And guys, if you haven't seen this yet, this is very short, but we're going to just laugh at this quickly. This is Michael Obama. Did you guys see this yet?
My fellow Americans, I think it's important you understand you have a new president coming in. If you're not ready to embrace Joe Biden, we're going to have a big problem, all right? I'm going to have Barry come after you. We have the Secret Service, and they don't play around. No, they're gonna come sick the dogs. I got a dog sicker. That's right, it's Hillary. And she's going to take you down. Hell, let's be honest, I'm going to take you down.
That's right there. That was it. Miguel Obama, she's going to take you down. Wages, what do you think of that, buddy?
It is crazy. It is so crazy.
Look, I want to see, guys, while we have Trinity, because look, this isn't like the only time we're going to talk to Trinity. We're going to do this again. Like, this is a thing, guys. We do the call-ins, the Zoom call-ins will also be a thing, because I know Baby Mau Mau said earlier would be open to doing a Zoom too. If anybody else wants to get on and do a Zoom, look, the show is evolving constantly. I think it's a cool thing.
Any questions? Does anybody have a question that we missed, or
any questions for Trinity
before I go?
I do. I want to let you know, a few people said how much they love your stuff. They went over, and you should have a bunch of new subscribers, which is great.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. And we definitely should try to continue to support each other, because we're both trying to get out of the shadow ban hole, and I think it's great. Like, Wages does so much to help all of us. And Wages, you are amazing. It's funny. I'm going to say something here because I want all the family to hear this. I believe in this world, and this is something that I've discussed before. I'll tell you guys as far as vulnerability is concerned, when I was in 7th grade, I was bullied for the entire year.
Bullying's horrible.
It's like this entire year. Every single day, I had these 2 kids. It wasn't one guy. 2 kids would throw me up against lockers and beat the hell out of me. Now, the thing is, it started because I am always trying to help when I shouldn't. I was the smallest kid. Right? I'm in art class the very first day of 7th grade, and these 2 kids are picking on this young kid, this small kid. I said, hey, guys, leave him alone. Hey, guys, leave him alone. 5 words that turned my year into hell. And I was like destroyed. Every day, these were big kids, shaving already. I was small. And they'd punch me in the stomach, punch me in the arm, throw me up against the lockers. And it got to the point, Trinity, where every single day, we had A through G wing. I was an A. A would stand around a circle and watch these 2 guys beat me up in between classes. And I was so destroyed, okay? Like, just mentally, I was beaten. And I had, the only saving grace I had was Mike Green. I talk about Mike Green to my kids, Trinity. There's the thing about Mike Green that people don't understand. In your life, no matter what, no matter who you are, you have superheroes that are there to protect you, angels that are there to protect you. And those people in disguise sometimes will come out of nowhere, and they will save you from certain death or from something that you need to be saved from. And so Mike Green, it would be like I'm sitting there getting punched against the lockers like this and thrown up against lockers. And all of a sudden through the crowd, I would see like people with their backpacks, and I'd be like, and one guy's like this, and Mike Green's coming through the crowd like a freight train, and he grabs this guy, throws me, he grabs the other guy, throws me, he's punching this guy's doing this, and I'm sitting there like this, and Mike Green would take on 2 guys for me, and it was this one guy, and he's a friend of mine, but he wasn't my best friend. He was just a guy who would not stand for seeing a smaller kid get beat up by 2 kids. And he was willing to take on 2 people by himself because, you know what? He was a superhero. He was my angel. And in that moment, I was so thankful because I couldn't protect myself. I was so small. And I was, in a way, my confidence level was nil. And I was so insecure as being the smallest kid in class. I was always the smallest kid. I didn't hit puberty until senior year in high school, like April. Okay.
Wow.
I was like 5.
It sounds like my brother. I was always protecting him.
I have a joke. So I would like be walking through the street, through the halls as a senior, and I'd see a bunch of sophomores. They'd be like, "Hey, what's up, Mark?" I'd be like, "Hey guys, how's it going? Good to see you." It's like this is like prepubescent senior. But you know, the bottom line is this: you go through what you go through, right? I experienced a lot of crazy things in my life, but I do have to say it's helped me stay sane. And at the end of it, if I didn't have Mike Green, I would have been shadow banned in a hole with these 2 guys beating the hell out of me. If I didn't have Sig, and I didn't have Wages, and I didn't have, even Scott and Vlad and everybody else, and you who are out there helping shine a light on this program.
Bruce, and I get you tuned into Central Banker World War III too. He's really great.
You know what? I got to start checking out more. It's funny because Sig is really great.
And I've been trying Marfugal News and Marfugal TV. I was so excited. I thought I was going to have a big people come over. I was so excited. And then nothing.
Yeah, well, it was weird.
He said he was going to even put you on DLive too. I was like, so I think he just forgot. He bless his heart, he's doing a lot of things. I'm not upset, but I just really wanted that for you. I've been trying.
I know.
I was
well, you know what? There was the one night he came into the chat. He came into the chat one night. He was like, "Hey, we're gonna love bomb you." I was like, "Awesome!" And then he just never did it. And I was like, "Okay." But you know what? We would love to. I actually had the thought I'd love to provide, like, he does a lot on the T-Man. Like, I would love to do stuff for him if he wants to have some impressions.
I think he forgets I'm a mod too.
Oh, really?
He's got a lot going on. Bless his heart. I love everybody. Everybody's got their thing.
They have a big thing going.
Yeah,
He's got a
no
big
matter
thing
how
going
big you
on.
get or what happens, I think it's really important to always keep your feet on the ground and really appreciate those who really.
Can I
stick
speak
it out
to
with
that?
ya.
Absolutely. You know what? It's funny. I was telling everybody, like, when I was on for 608 days to 0 to 10 people. Okay. So when I have anybody on, you guys are so important to the show. And if this number ever becomes 420 or 4,200, like all 4,200 people, you guys are all, this is like, and it's funny. Sig has been saying, I'm on a trip. I'm going on a trip. I'm going to be gone for a while. And I'm like, so? He's like, so, I'm gone. And I'm like, so you're freaking Sig Sauer. Like,
yeah, you do it. You go,
how dare you?
All my traveling, all my scuba diving, all the living that I got to do, love so much. Since I didn't get to New York, which funny is I've had several trips free there. It's just interesting how that worked out with both my kids. Just an absolutely free trip with my work. But now, basically unemployed, doing this like you're doing because everything's crazy. It's hard for everyone right now. But I lost everything in a house fire too.
Oh my goodness.
So that's another thing I want to someday share on this channel with you or on my own channel is be vulnerable, share my traumas that I've been through, and teach people, if you sign a prenuptial agreement, please, for the love of God and all that's mighty, my daughter laughs when I say that, or the love of whatever creator you have, get yourself insurance on the place you're living in. Because if you sign a prenup and you're living in a house and you put, like I did, my whole 401k and all this money into it, and it goes up in flames, well, you have nothing. And I end up, I always say 2 men, 22 years didn't work out for me. 22 years sounds a lot better than 2 divorces. Yeah. But it's tough. So, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't be thinking, oh, this person's got it really great or has had it, whatever.
Easy,
you have
whatever.
no idea what someone's been through. But that is one little piece of advice I have about that. If you sign a prenup, make sure you're covered for yourself in case you do end up losing it all. Because I was not covered. And I learned that by losing it all, though, I gained everything. I gained it all. I learned what was so important. And I slowly am reestablishing myself. But it has been really difficult. And I don't take handouts and I work really, really hard. And I've raised 2 amazing children that I don't deserve, that are amazing, just absolutely. And I got a beautiful daughter-in-law and granddaughters now. So, life is pretty crazy. And when you talked about being bullied, and I was bullied, my brother was bullied, my brother not growing like he was supposed to. They always said we were twins. And my mom didn't mean to, but she'd always say, now look, they're like 3 or 4 years difference in age, but they're like the same size. And they'd say, well, he's not little, she's just fat. So I can't tell you how many times my dad would put me in front of the mirror and he would say, now, do you see me behind you? And I'd say, yeah. He's like, if you were really, really big, do you think you'd see me behind you? But, it just messed with my head so much. And then you talked about the science class, the bully thing happened, and you had that, what was it, Green? What was his name?
Mike Green.
Mike Green.
Yeah.
Well, I ended up becoming really good friends with this girl, but she kept taking this person's pencil in science class and letting it roll off the desk on the floor. Well, she had a back brace on, so she couldn't bend over and get it. So I'd go over and pick up the pencil and put it back on the desk. I said, don't do that. Don't do that again. She did it again. Well, she thought it was so funny because she couldn't pick up it because she had a brace on. And
people are jerks, right?
I know. And of all things, I was not going to dissect the frog either because my heart just, I couldn't do that. No way. I mean, thank goodness there's people that can do those things, but I couldn't do it. So on top of that all happening and her being mean to that girl wearing a brace on her back, I ended up tackling her.
You
I
tackled her?
I grabbed her.
Wow, good for
and
you.
Everybody's like this angel little, me usually like just hello everybody, kind of, just gets along with everyone, easy going, whatever. And the science teacher goes, hey, get off of her. What are you doing?
That is
I said,
hilarious.
well, he's like, I saw the whole thing. Just, you both go to the office. Well, she ended up getting in big trouble. I didn't get in trouble because he saw the whole thing. He knew why I did it. But the poor girl, she kept getting shut in the locker then because of what she did. And everybody knew what she did. And then I was standing up for her and saying, okay, yeah, she was wrong. She learned her lesson. Be nice.
Oh, my goodness.
It's crazy. Life is so interesting.
life is, you know what, and I think what you brought up, which is very interesting, and this is what I was trying to explain earlier, when you have these ups and you have these downs, is life is a balancing act. And at the end of it, when you do go through something like you've been through, it hardens you. It allows you to see things a little clearer and then not make the same mistakes next time. And also, you become a teacher. And this is what I was going to say, going back to your thought about creating a secondary channel or possibly just a new playlist with what you're going through with your recovery, is doing it from the perspective of providing answers to questions that are going to come up, you know? And because I think the thing that most people don't understand is what you've gone through, and also the questions that come up in the first days, the first weeks, the first months. And maybe a cool thing would be is you're like, the first 5 questions you're going to ask when. You know, the first, and then like the next one could, and I wish I did stuff like this, because I don't have clickbait-y type of titles. I'm always like, hey, music on the BeatSeat.
I'm terrible at that stuff. I'm trying to get better.
I know. I'm like, music on the BeatSeat, Trinity, Redoor, Zoom. Like, there's nothing that's going to get, but like the idea of saying the top 5, blah, blah, you know what I mean? Like I should do cool things like that. Maybe we'll get people to tune in. But I think that you are definitely leading with your heart and going through a lot. And what I wanted to make sure is that while you're going through it, you know that we as the Real Talk family have your back, first of all.
You are helping heal me, and I guarantee it, and I am grateful. Well, every time I feel down, I just have to put on your videos. I love your intro.
Oh,
and
thank
it just
you so
puts
much.
me in a good mood, and it helps so much, because when you're struggling, you're thinking, can I even breathe? Can I even move a muscle? I need ice. I need, I don't want to take, and that was the other thing. I'm not going to go into that right now, but my pain wasn't managed, and that was pretty serious too. So yeah, another time, we'll talk about a lot of other things. And I'd love for people to put, what they'd like for me to talk about, or if they'd like for me to come back. And I'm sorry if I monopolized way too long here tonight.
No,
I'm
listen,
so grateful to be a guest. Thank you.
This is, to me, I'm live every day, Trinity. I mean, if we do a couple hours together, like yesterday, we did 2 hours and 38 minutes with Scott from Planet X. I wish I had him on camera, but just listening and having him share some wisdom was so cool. But this is such a cool thing, because we all are doing something different. We have unique channels. Like, I want to get Ripper on here. I want to get Verdi on here. I mean, we've had Wages, but I want to get Wages back. Wages and I are doing a lot together. Like, we have some cool, crazy
awesome.
stuff
Make me a
planned.
Musketeer if possible somehow.
Yeah, and I think we have to figure out how to get like a big Zoom call where like a bunch of us are on for one. That would be a really cool thing. We're getting
and then take calls.
Yeah, and take calls
so everybody
too.
feels interactive. I don't want them to feel like I'm not listening. I can't read the chat and have this conversation. There's so much I want to talk about, because I'm a lot deeper than a lot of the stuff that I even shared tonight. But
well, you know what? We start with the first, and I think the key is this is, because it is what it is, we can do this anytime. And we can set up, maybe we should do is set one up. We should do a simulcast, get your subs and my subs together, and we do one where we have a call in from your subs, my subs, all of us, and we just do a real talk, And
do you know the words to Rainbow Connection?
No. What song? How's that go?
Out with me.
How's that one go?
It's Kermit's song. Why there's
why
so many
birds suddenly appear? That one?
Rainbows.
Is that
and
one?
What's on the other side?
Oh, I don't know that one.
Rainbows are visions.
Oh, yes.
But only illusions. But rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. Lovers, the dreamers, and me. I could sing the whole thing, but you have to learn it, and we'll sing it together.
I should do that. I'll learn that, and I'll sing it as Kermit, and you can sing it.
It's
you
a
can
great
take the other
lyric.
part.
The lyrics in that song are so good.
It's
really got some good lyrics in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. Before we do say goodbye to you, I think it's very important, since we have you on, that we at least get a quick version.
You get to see me smile.
And maybe,
I love it.
and maybe you could help us sing this one. Let's see how it goes.
Gosh, I'll try. I love it so
You're gonna test something out too, because I said the other day it would be cool to have like acts on with me where we could jam out together, and someone said there's no way to like timing won't work.
I have a guitar. I've got to learn how to play in the other room.
So then when you learn, I'll jam with you, and we'll prove that you can play live together, because I think that there's a way to do it. We're gonna try it right now actually and see if when you try to sing with me, if it sounds like it works together. Ready? Let me give this a little bit of a look.
We'll try.
All right, so guys, here we go. This is a song that I wrote for Trinity. The first day she came on, she said, "Oh, say my name 3 times fast." She goes, "I bet you can't do that." And she was right at first.
But you've gotten really good at it.
At first, for the first couple of seconds, I was like, what the? Is that coming through the speakers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is.
I think it is a little bit. So the bottom line is when Trinity said, "Try to say my name 3 times fast," I couldn't just say Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here without putting it to music. So immediately this is what came out. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog here. I said Trinity, Red Door, Blue Pill, Hi Ho, Kermit the Frog. Oh, Trinity, you're awesome.
You were cutting out, so I couldn't really hear you.
I know, it's funny. I think that they may be right. It'd be hard for us to get it to tie in because of the latency issue. But I'm so...
Figure that out. That'd be so fun.
That was awesome. It was so great having you on. And guys,
Thank you so much for having me on. It was wonderful. Thanks everybody listening. I didn't even get into the details of the deep subjects I love to get into, but at least you know a little bit more about me.
We're going to do this again. And next time, you know what we'll do is, we'll chat briefly about those things, and then we'll take calls together. And we could just, you know what I mean? And we'll just see what people want to, we could chat about things together here and just go with it. Like that's the new thing that evolved.
I would love that.
Yeah, that's the thing that just evolved. Thank you so much. For sure. I think that, again, this is, anything's good, cool content. You know what I mean? And, you know, that's why I keep telling anybody, like you said, go out there and create, because we need more good content, and also don't be afraid to just try to do something fresh and new, you know?
We got to break the mind control. We got to break free of all that. And as you know, there's no journalists on TV. That's all program. That's why it's called programs. Yep. And we got to break free from all that. And they are all one-sided, and Soros. Yeah, they can't even say that word because they get terrified. So we got to keep the truth out and find our truth. We don't even know what the truth is, but we got to keep searching for it, and it's out there.
We know where the truth is. Actually, it's very easy. It's like we have this gauge within ourselves, and we could absolutely feel the truth, and it's always like, and like everything
and
that comes
better
out
answers and better solutions.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Well, you know what I'll do? This will be a nice way for us to say goodbye to you. Listen, to put a little music on here.
All right.
So
good night.
Trinity,
thank you so much.
It was so much fun having you. And listen, guys, say goodbye to Trinity, but hopefully she's going to come back into the window and kick it with us. Verdi just subbed to you. Had a few other people. Awesome, Trinity. All right, let me kick this over. Going back over to the main page. So, guys, how cool was that? Trinity kicking with us. I gotta say, guys, so cool having a chance to hear Trinity's story, or at least some of it. And, it goes to show you, again, don't judge a book by its cover, but also open your ears a little bit more. Listen to what people have gone through, and don't be afraid to tell people your story. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to say something you're feeling or something you've been through, because that will give you the peace you need. If you hold it in, it will weigh you down. Life is about expressing everything, or else you will be weighed down. You know, the sickness of life and anything else comes from holding in. It doesn't come from releasing and then feeling shame because you did something that someone else has a problem with or is not on board with. Your complete happiness, your opportunity to find peace occurs when you decide to let down your guard. I believe that is the way to the light. It has something to do with the barriers we set for ourselves. It goes back to the word impossible. I told you guys before, everyone uses that word as a crutch. Well, it's impossible. If only it were possible. It's impossible. Why is it that I see an apostrophe in there and you don't? I'm possible. The reason why one guy figured it out is because he saw I'm possible, not impossible. He looked at it as a possible task. Anything can be accomplished if you put your mind to it, if you believe that you will succeed. Same as if you know you are going to fail, you're absolutely going to fail. You will never succeed if you don't believe that you can. One of my quotes is, see it, believe it, become it. Very simple. You need to see all the avenues, see every opportunity that you are given or will be given. You need to believe in self, believe in your ability. And mostly believe in your ability to step up and work, step up and become. When you become the vision you've had, then you start evolving within and you start actually realizing how massive that thought is. It even reminds me of my BeatSeat. When I created the BeatSeat, it was for guitar players. Then it became for drummers and percussionists because you could sit completely upright and play with your hands and feet. You could kick it and you could play with your hands. There's never been a drum like that. So now drummers and percussionists don't have to bend over and hurt their back to play a single panel cajon. We have 4 panels and 2 snares, and it has omnitone. Everywhere you hit it sounds different. So now I have 2 different markets for my BeatSeat that I didn't even know about originally. And then the third, sensory therapy drum. Potentially one of the most powerful sensory drums on the planet. Okay? It not potentially is a sensory drum. It is a sensory drum. It could be the most powerful or one of the most powerful sensory drums on the planet. I think it's the most, but that's just because I invented it. And because it has omnitone, and everywhere you hit it, you feel. And sensory drum has to do with feeling and the vibrations expressing themselves through the body. And so the point is, I started with one thing. And when I decided to trust and become the idea, allow it to transpire, what I did was continue to evolve the idea until it became so much bigger than I ever imagined. And I often believe if you want to invent something or if you plan to invent something, you have no idea the depth of that idea until you start to explore it and start to believe that it's possible for it to become a reality. By the end, you'll realize you knew nothing at the beginning. And hopefully it leads to success. I can say I don't know. I'm here selling these things one-offs at the moment. We have them at Lion and McQuaid up in Canada. They're down at West Music at the Sensory Therapy music store. It's called West Music. You can get them there. But we're still a mom and pop company selling BeatSeats while I sell real estate during the day and I real talk at night. You know, I think one of the funniest things in the world is when people are like, how do you do, because right now we're 3 hours and 8 minutes. How do you do 3 hours every day and you don't even get paid for it? Well, I work 358 days a year for real estate, and most of those days I don't get paid either. And I put in a ton of work. Here, at least I'm with an awesome family of people. The ones that can support the show do. The other ones support me by being here and sharing the show with their friends and with their family members and anybody else. And that to me is amazing. So I'll keep showing up. Day 704. Tomorrow's day 705. We're already into day 705. It's amazing. You guys are going to realize how quickly we get to the end of the year, day 730. And then we are basically into year 3 together. For the first time, we're starting a year together. How cool is that? We get to start year 3 on the same foot, same day together. I'm so excited. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Christine, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate all of your support. And I just want to make sure something you guys know. I've said this before. I've said it to some of you personally. But Trinity just brought it up too. Like, I can't ever see myself ever being in a position where, 5 years down the line, we're kicking it to a couple thousand people or 10,000, 100,000 people live. And I see Trinity pop on or Christine Keller pop on. And the concept that I would ever be like, are you kidding me? Like old school people who are involved in this program from the beginning, like those are people who are always going to be involved in this program. Like what I can say will be very difficult is when we get to that point, being able to remember anybody else will be tough, but you will be very memorable and you will always be a part of the show. It's kind of a weird thing if you think about it. Like the first people who are involved in this program and become the growth, they're the ones who will always be a part of the memory of the program. The other ones who come along are going to be joining, but they're not going to really experience what we went through together when we were building. And unfortunately, once you hit a certain point, you're just not going to be able to, remember that many people. That's a lot of people. But like I said, I'm always going to know Stab Wound and Christine Keller and World Debt Now and Scott Sakura, and Sydney and Dee Derringer and the people who have supported me when we were nothing are the ones who are always a part of the show forever. And Sig freaking Sauer, let me tell you something, okay? How dare you? So you're going to get on a friggin' boat? You're going to go on a trip? And not pay respect to the Real Talk program? How dare you? How dare you, 6 hour? You're going to take your Xpressmist and spray somebody right in the face and say, how dare you? Guys, if you've not yet, go to Xpressmist.com. Type in the code Real Talk, or I think it's MARKPIRES. Type in the code MARKPIRES. And get $10 off of a nanofogger. Guys, this thing is cool as heck. I put water in it to show you what it does. You could put peroxide in it. That's actually probably the best way to kill anything. That's what the doctors have said. I actually put in Trader Joe's, has like this pump spray stuff that smells like grapefruit. It's 99.9%. And I've been pouring that in there because it smells very nice. And when you do the mists and you get a little nice fragrance as well. So you may want to try that one, but you could also do peroxide if you kind of like the peroxide smell. It's up to you. I'm not really sure. Should we have a character like that? Oh my goodness. Sig, you are amazing. But yeah, buddy, just so you know, Sigurd Sauer, I don't care where you're going, Carmen San Diego. You have to tune in from time to time and let everybody know what the hell's going on with Sig Sauer on the streets. That's what we say. It's a Sig Sauer on the streets episode. And it would be pretty cool, actually, to see if you're in like Costa Rica or wherever you're like tuning in. Oh my goodness. Wade just says he's at 45K and it gets hard remembering everything. Are you up at 45K, brother? That's amazing. I know, like, it does, to me, it moves super slow. But I saw Wade just said earlier he got like 250, he's been getting like 250 new subs a day. That's amazing. That means they're pushing out wages. That's so cool. And, that's the hope is you get to the point And actually, Wages has mentioned that to me a few times. Like, you're getting to the point where you will eventually start to get some pushing. Like, they'll see that you're hitting X amount of views a night. And I think he said the magic number is 1,000. Like, if we could somehow get to 1,000 views every night on this show, then we will probably start to get a boost from YouTube where they'll say, well, people are enjoying this. So, look, I'm in no rush, guys. Some days we get there. I think we got there last night. But it's all because Wages brings his family over after the show. So I appreciate you guys coming and subscribing and joining us here when you can, because we do 3 hours and 15 freaking minutes right now. Look, how dare you, 1:30 in the morning on a Thursday night. How dare you? You're going to stop doing it? How dare you? Guys, another couple things just to share down below. Remember, have a few affiliates here. My Patriot Supply, if you want to get ready for any natural or non-natural disasters, EMPs, etc., you're going to want to go to My Patriot Supply, pick up a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day supply, year supply of food. These are all balanced nutritional diets that are laid out for you on a daily basis, and you could be prepared for the worst. So check that out right down below. You click the link and you help out the program. Also, VirtualShield VPN. Guys, if you're not protecting your location, this is 2020, okay? You have to make sure you are protected online. I no longer want to tune in to whatever, Google, type in something, and then all of a sudden I'm traced for the next 6 weeks where I'm seeing the same ads everywhere I go. Ooh, look, he's got a new inflatable, whatever. I don't know where you're going with that one, but I don't need to see that. Okay. Also, so virtual VPN, guys, you click the link. There's a 30% off discount that you could take advantage of below. That's a pretty cool thing. So again, all of these things help support the program. And if you're going to be picking up a VPN anyway, look at virtual VPN. It's a great VPN. Then, of course, I told you about Xpressmist. You can go there and you get a discount typing in MARKPIRES. There's a ton of great products. Foggers, where you can take care of establishments, not just a small thing like a coffee cup or a cell phone or hands. You can take care of a facility. So take a look at that. And the other thing, Noble Gold. We keep talking about how money is basically going to be non-existent. Cash money will, be thrown into dumpsters and burning on the streets for people to keep warm. Well, gold and silver will always be a standard. So what I could say is Noble Gold is helping people invest their cash money and invest it into gold, silver, and any other metal value products. I don't know what the hell else they do. I'm going to look into it a little further. Bottom line, people, you can invest your cash with that, okay? And then the other thing I want to share with you is, of course, we have our Teespring. And these are a few things I wanted to get to you. I think this may be my new favorite is Hammerlin. Hammerlin's. There we go. I just put that up. Hold on. One other thing here we have. One other affiliate I wanted to talk to you about right now is EMPShield. So this is our newest affiliate. I'm really nervous about an EMP striking us, not just from Shatta, but if a solar flare, CME comes here and hits us straight on. They're talking about it yesterday. Scott was even saying the Carrington event, was it 1859 Wages, where we basically had a aurora borealis is I think as low as the equator, if I'm right about that. Tell me if that's right. And if that happens, we are living in a future that we would be unable to continue to understand. Like, think about this. If all of a sudden you went back to the Stone Ages and you have all the stuff you got from My Patriot Supply, but you have no ability to do anything with it except for go outside and kill food and build fires and cook stuff that way. Look, whatever. If we go that route, we are in big trouble. So you should be protecting your home, protect your gadgets, and you can do that with an EMP Shield. So check it out. There's a link there. And if you go to EMP Shield and there's my link below. Just go and check it out, guys. I would say take advantage of the discount that it comes along when you use the link and protect yourself. I know Sig has been using the EMP shields, and he said that they're extremely effective. In fact, the government is using them. So if you have the U.S. government using EMP shield, I would consider this the defense, U.S. defense, using the EMP shield. And what, you're not going to use it? How dare you? You're going to just kind of risk it? Oh, I put an aluminum foil, like, basket outside. You did that? How dare you? You know that does nothing, right? No, I put it over the antenna. Oh, okay. Good job for you over there. Oh, so what's the thought? Is it just going to bounce off the aluminum foil, like cardboard thing? Yes, exactly. When it hits the cardboard, it's just going to bounce off of it, and it will hit my neighbor. Oh, okay. Sounds like a good idea. Good plan there, Magellan. What are you talking about? So basically, guys, get yourself an EMP shield. Don't fresh me out. It's just a thing you should do. And remember, did I give you a hammer? I did. Just make sure you look at the hammer. Old hammer. There, thank you so much, Jim, threw the hammer information up there. Yes, 1859. Guys, I do have a little bit of a memory thing, so I pick up things and don't seem to forget. 1859 Carrington event. I remember that. And did it go down to the equator? Was that right, Wages? See, Verdi has a manual can opener, a manual just about everything. I have bikes for all who need them. That's amazing, Verdi. See, I have bikes. I don't know what else I have. I'm in Connecticut. Jupiter and Saturn line up into 14th. Earthquakes. Oh my goodness, we're going to have more other earthquakes on the 14th. Whew. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, guys, we've been here for 3 hours and 20 minutes. And, of course, it's been another amazing show with you. We have so much fun here. I want to thank you guys. I want to quickly play one more thing for you. Again, we played this, but you need to see it one more time. I will probably drop this tomorrow. It is up on TikTok right this moment if you would like to watch it. But for the moment, you get to see it right here.
My fellow Americans, I think it's important you understand you have a new president coming in. If you're not ready to embrace Joe Biden, we're going to have a big problem. All right? I'm going to have Barry come after you. We have the Secret Service, and they don't play around. No, they're gonna come sick the dogs. I got a dog sicker. That's right, it's Hillary. And she's going to take you down. Hell, let's be honest. I'm going to take you down.
Oh, my goodness, guys. You know what I'll do here real quick is I'm really tired, and it's 1:37 in the morning here. So what I'm going to do, because Letty'd like to hear the Family Jam, let me play you the version that has a piece of the Family Jam at the end, but it is a really great power moment from Real Talk. A Real Talk power moment that involves the song that we love, so called the Real Talk Family Jammy. Look, it's a hammer jammer. Thank you, Bammer. That's right. Slammer Bammer. What'd you say? I don't know. Here we go. I'm going to share this with you guys because this is something the world should see. Everybody should share this with their families and friends so the world can change for a positive. I'm just saying, don't fresh me out. That's my saying. My kids laugh. I'm like, don't fresh me out. Doesn't even make sense. I'll sing something. I'll go, don't fresh me out. Don't let me down. But I'll do this, don't fresh me out. All right. Wait, hold on a second. Why are we singing?
Well, since my baby left me,
Love it.
I found
Love you,
a new
Elvis.
place to dwell. It's down at the end of a lonely street. Heartbreak Hotel.
But that's okay because we're going to rise above. We're going to find our way. If we connect every day. And I'll come play songs for you. And I'll make things that make you laugh too. And we'll live in the moment. Me and you, we're going to find our moments together. We won't let the negativity win. And it's up to us if we want to look within.
I'll be here to help you. Like you're here to help me. These words find the target if you're listening. If you're listening to the sounds of the noise of the universe, it's coming out of me in real time, now, rise up and smile, a new day is born, a new day is born. So don't look down now. I'll be here to hold you up. We'll get somewhere positive together. If you stick with me. If you stick with me. If you stick with me, you stick with me. You stick with me. It's the Real Dog Family Jam. Whoa, 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 whoa. Real Dog Family Jam. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's right, that's right. Give it up. I'm getting down. Listen to that sound. It's the Real Talk family making the noise and getting it out. We're gonna stop that blues, bringing up smiles, making us feel great. Who cares about that crap going on outside? I always said it's about the light that we build. We're gonna stop everything else from penetrating. And let's just keep on going. Let's just keep doing our thing. Don't worry about what that trouble brings. We're gonna stay away. That's what we do. We like to make some peace in this world, me and you. It's the people out there that think we don't. They don't understand that it's them. They need to look in the mirror. Couldn't be any clearer. No, it couldn't. The Real Dog Family Jam. Oh. I gotta play you one more quick thing, guys, that makes me laugh every single time, which is this. It's a good thing for us to go to sleep. It's just a little kind of children's story for us as we go to sleep, you know. I think it's always important for us to, watch a children's story, just to kind of remind us of being a kid. I'm going to drop this one into the link over here for you guys if you'd like to share it with your world. This is a little something called Children's Story.
Hey everyone, Jamie Amos here.
How you doing, Jamie? Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. And check this out, guys. This is
From music legend Quincy Jones comes
Quincy.
Playground Sessions.
Does it?
A new technology to learn the piano.
Check it out. We're going to try this. Do you guys remember this song? I do. This is my favorite. We're going to try this. Do you guys remember this song? This is probably one of the best songs when I was a kid. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uncle Rick, could you tell us a bedtime story?
Huh? What, kid?
Please.
Here we go.
Once upon a time, long ago, when people wore pajamas, life moved slow. We was a star and the justice stood. People were behaving like they ought to know good. There lived a little boy who was misled. But another little boy is what he said. Me and you, Ty, we're gonna make some cash. Robbing old folks and making the dash. They did the job, and medicate with ease. But oh, what stopped? It was like a disease. He tried to daughter, and his sister just had Judy. Tried to pop a man was the TT undercover. The grab get robbed, started to erratic. He said, keep still, boy, you need to rob static. Punched him with his belly, he gave him a slap. But the boy didn't know the little boy was strapped. He kicked him with the gun, he said, what you hit me? A barrel straight for the cop's kidney. He said the cop was scared, the kid. He started to figure, I'll do years if I pull this trigger. So he called Dad, straight around the block, cop radios to another lady cop. Whoa, and then he ran in the tree. He said there's a sister shot her in the head, and then he missed her. Look around good for expectations, so he decided to head to subway stations. What was coming that made him laugh? He was running top speed, he was out of breath, knocked an old man down, so I killed him. And then he made his move about the building, ran upstairs, up to the top floor, opened the door. Guess who he saw? He saw Dave the Tofi shoot a dog with, helped to bite it. He was murdered with this man. And so he said, need a bullet, hurry up, man. And Tofi brought back to the spigot shotgun. He was outside and there were the cops were all over. He dipped into his car, it was a stolen Chevy Dover. They ripped up the block, I do at 83, crashed into the tree near University. Escaped alive, though the car was battered. He ran a tat-a-tat with the cops scattered. He ran the bullets, it's still static. He ran the pregnant lady, pulled out the batic. He said, put it to her head, he said the gun was full of lead. He told the cop, oh, that he's dead. He said deep into her heart. He knew he was wrong. He started to let the lady go, run on. Sirens sounded, and then a bit along, then got surrounded. Whoa, and before the little got surrounded, dropped his gun and went to glory. End of the story. He was 17. A man's dream. Wow, the cop shot the kid. This is BLM story. You laugh. It's just another case about a long path. Shot an arrow. Yo, the soul is cast. Good night. Whoa. I said knock him out the box, Rick. I said knock him out the box, Rick. I said knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out the box, Rick. I said knock about the box, Rick. Knock about the box, Rick. I said my Aunt Judy knocked him out the box. My Aunt Judy rocks him out the box. Oh, yeah, that's really good. You get it down, it's out there, Trump. I'm gonna kick it to go with the dog pound. With Snoop Dogg. Snoopy, come on, Snoopy Dogg, come here. My shizzle, my nizzle. Wow! Guys! You crazy! Knock him out the box, Chris! Knock him out the box! You knock him! Christopher Walken style! You knock and clack him! You gotta take him down Chinatown! Do it! Knock him out the box, quick! Good night! Oh yeah, my mother's playing tricks on me. Guys, tomorrow I will play you more. I would like to ask you, please, on the way out, although that's a good number that we have for likes, if you guys can jump it forward at the end here and say, good evening, and hit the smasher. Give the old smasheroo on the Hammer Jam Express. Guys, and if you don't remember what the Hammer Jam looks like, look at that. Look at this freaking guy. Are you kidding me? Tell me how ridiculously nuts this guy is. I freaking love him. Are you kidding me? Old Hammer Jam. Look, old Hammer Jam has got a problem with drinking. Yeah, he's a bit of a drinker. He's also a bit of a stinker like Nancy Pelosi. But look, this is what you've got. Not that. This is what you've got over here. Oh, look at that. It's old Hammerlin. Hammerlin Jameson ripping the lid off the fake news. Okay? And then he's ripping the lid off while feeling fabulous on Jameson. Then number 3, he's Hammer Time falls off the rails, crashes, and burns. But that's the front. Here's the back, guys. See Hammer. Don't be Hammer. Hammerlin James said when Hammer realized he should have stopped at 5 bottles. And then below, falls asleep on camera mid-broadcast. Do you have it in extra small? I believe so. I think they have it in all sizes. Let's check. Let's see. We have 2 toddler in that one. Oops. What did I do? Over there? What happened? Hold on a minute. How dare you mesh with my screen? Let's see what we got. That was, let's find, I have a lady's shirt for you right here. We have it in hot pink. Look at that. Are you kidding me? I got it in hot friggin' pink. Hold on a minute. We also have the lady's shirt in purple. What about this one? We also made it in purple for you, Letty. I just wanted to make sure you could see it in purple, which this is the women's boyfriend tee. It's actually really cool in purple. And if you see, he's ripping the lid off the fake news. He's ripping the lid off while feeling fabulous.
on Jamathan, and then Hammer Time falls off the rails and crashes and burns. Yeah, same thing. Oh, no, the back is even better. That's right. There he is. Look. Holy cow, old Hammer Jam. I forgot it's just 75 bottles. He's falling asleep on the freaking microphone. You gotta be kidding me, man. Are you kidding me? We even have toddler shirts. See Hammer, don't be Hammer. And then we even have this is a long sleeve shirt as the old Hammer Jammer. This guy's out of his freaking mind. Hey, you want some socks as the Hammer Jam? Oh, I got a good one for you. Let's get, where's the, oh, there you are. The old Hammerlin Jamison. I'll tell you what, the other thing too is you haven't seen the Fache masks. I made Fache gear too. I'm going to put both these. Did I share that with you? Let me share the link so you guys can go back to the this is Hammerlin. Let me just make sure I share this with you. This is the old Hammer Jammer right there. And then let me get you Dick Fache. I made Dick Fache, which is, how dare you, guy? How dare you with Fache? You can't do that to Fache, okay? It's just not right. We're going to knock you out of the park like Babe Ruth did in 1922 for the New York Yankees. Okay? Let's see, copying and pasting over to you. This right here is Dick Fache. You have to see the... Oops. You have to see the mask for Fache. Check this out. The mask makes me laugh. I should have just made the free. Yeah, there it is. Look at this. I did make it as the first thing. You see that? Look at that. Are you kidding me? Subscribe and ding that friggin' bell. Okay, look over there. Sometimes being miserable is the worst case scenario. That's not the one I wanted you to see. I'm sorry. How dare you's mask is ridiculous. But there's Fache. If you're going to do Fache, I mean, are you kidding me? So we are thinking about doing How Dare You Guy. Oh, How Dare You Guy. I love How Dare You Guy. I think he's just an animal. Check this out. Here's How Dare You Guy in full effect. This is 1927. How Dare You Guy. He's brought in to be Dick Fache in the moment. Here we go. Check it out. You want to be this guy right there? You want to be this guy? Are you kidding me? How dare you? Hold on now, man. Hold on now, man. Let me ask you a question. How dare you? So let's go to the masks real quick. Tell me how awesome would it be if you had to walk up to some folio and you just wore a How Dare You mask. That's going to be the best thing in the world. Oh, so cool. So anyway, that's the How Dare You mask. You guys can get all those things, supporting the program many ways. I thank you guys. You're awesome. Remember, tomorrow, we will be back for Friday. I'll probably be doing a real estate show in the late morning or early afternoon. You'd say, really? Late morning? It's 1:53 in the morning right now, Mark. Well, you know what? This is real talk, okay? What happened there? How dare you? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. So, tomorrow, we will be back for another Friday Night Live. Day 705. Woo! Friday Night Live, day 705 tomorrow. If I can get a real estate show in during the day, I will. But I want to thank Trinity for spending time with us tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you for spending time with me tonight. And remember, we are a family. The family grows. But we'll always be... You guys will always be a part of it. You'll always be the originals, the OG. OG. So Letty, thank you so much. Dana Shiver, thank you so much. Chris Donaldson, Bradley Smith, Watergut it. Bradley Smith shared Watergut for you guys to check out as a son song. I'll tell you what, Bradley, my dad's always been supportive, but I wish he was as supportive as you are for your son. You are very dedicated to supporting your son, which is a great thing. Tanya, you're awesome. MJ, you're awesome. Lady Jan, you're awesome. Sydney, you're awesome. Let's see. Although social media didn't really exist back, it did, but my dad wasn't a part of it when I had my album out in 2006. Like, if he was, he probably would have been blasting it out to people. But anyway, it's a very cool thing to see how supportive you are of your son. Sid, Lenny, Tanya, D. Who else am I missing? Guys, just say hello, say goodnight. And tomorrow, act my brother. Buddy, we tested it out with Trinity. I tried to sing Trinity, Redoor, Blue Pill, Hi-Ho, Kermit the Frog here. It was very hard to get it to connect. Verdi, so you're right, there's the lag may not work. Verdi, my friend, thank you so much for kicking it. Verdi, I'd love to have you on one day if you want to. Talk about the Schumann resonance or whatever. Look, this show's an open forum. Real talk, we get into it. I have lots of questions, of curiosities about anything, so if you want to just get going on something one day, I think that's a cool thing that we should do. I'd love to also, and not that anybody's asked me, but I'd love to be on other people's programs and do voices or whatever, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm just open to anything, really. And one thing I am open to is showing up every single day for you beautiful people. Tyrell, you're awesome, buddy. I'm so glad you came and that Wages gave you the recommendation. You came down. Wages has been really trying to get everybody from the platform to come over here because life's pretty tough and a lot of negative stuff coming at us. I can tell you one thing: no matter what's going on, I will always come here and bring as much light as I can to you. And together, we will affect real change. So, until tomorrow, my family and friends, make sure you subscribe and ding the bell. Don't just subscribe, make sure you ding the bell. And I'll see you tomorrow. It's MARKPIRES. And it's real talk. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.